going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and it's a historic night here in America. I'm in Germany. I'm coming at you live from Germany. I am a medically retired United States Army Sergeant, and I am very vested in tonight's big decision because it is presidential election time. Polls are closing. Exit poll numbers are coming in. Early signs look good for Trump, but it's still very, very early. We've got a very long night ahead of us, and I'm going to be here covering it, talking about it, having a really, really good time with you guys tonight. Whether or not you're excited about this, whether you're happy that Trump will win or you're happy that Hillary will win for whatever sick, distorted reasons you can have for that. We're going to take your calls, your questions, your comments, your concerns, so much more. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to try to make this as light as humanly possible because I know for a lot of people, this is a very, very serious night and not a good one because let's face it, man. How the hell is this election even close? The answer is really simple. Hillary Clinton is the absolute worst presidential candidate in history. I mean that. There's no hyperbole there. I think Hillary Clinton is the worst presidential candidate in history. It's the only possible explanation to why this is even a close election at this point. Donald Trump, any other year against any other opponent, this wouldn't even be close. I'm not saying Donald Trump could make a good president or he would make a good president. That's not what I'm saying. That's certainly not what this is about. He is just a far better option than Hillary. That is where it comes to for me. Just a better option than Hillary. I am actually terrified for the future of the United States if Hillary Clinton becomes president. Physically scared. I'm actually dreading it. I would choose herpes over Hillary Clinton. Okay? I would choose herpes. My God. Like herpes are a choice. Oh. But I sit from Germany and I watch. I voted a couple weeks ago through the voting overseas voting packet that I get because, I'm a soldier. Well, I was a soldier. Wounded warrior baby got hurt, and now I get to friggin' vote overseas and stuff. So I voted for Trump, not because I personally think that Trump will make a good president. He's just a better option than Hillary Clinton. And don't give me this third party shit. Third party shit makes no sense. It never works. The Simpsons were 100% correct in it. It just doesn't work. So I absolutely was not going to be voting any third party. Trump just makes a little bit more sense. Is Trump faults? Yes, Trump has faults. Many faults. But he can run corporations. He can run businesses. And he does seem to want good for the country. Some people may not agree in some of the words that he uses. But do I think Trump is a racist? No. Do I think Trump genuinely wants good for the United States? Absolutely. No question in my mind. Look at their slogans. Their slogans tell it all. And I can't say that I even made this up myself. I read this somewhere and I can't remember where. But the slogans tell it all. Hillary's presidential slogan is, "I'm with her." Trump's slogan is, "Make America Great Again." One is inherently selfish and indicative of everything that we know about one candidate, and the other is selfless and altruistic in a lot of ways. And I'm gonna have to. I gotta write my friggin' wife. I gotta write my wife real quick, and I gotta tell her to let this stupid cat out. Hey, can you let the cat out, please? Jesus. Okay. I want to say thank you for everybody who's here so far. We're going to have a very, very long night. It's going to be crazy. So we got a lot of good stuff. I want to say thank you for everybody who's here. Nathan Graves, K. Souza, the Snooze Master, Mark, Parrish, Nathan Graves, Andre Corbiel, my good buddy, and also very afraid and not a fan of Miss Clinton. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah here, Josh Lyons, Mark Parrish, Kavi Lake, Carl Gibney, Terry Snow Queen. Gun Cannon's here, the guy who made this graphic. Look at this wonderful work that Gun Cannon did. Thank you so much for helping me out. I really do appreciate it. Gun, you are the friggin' man. Gun Cannon 15 on YouTube and Twitter. Make sure you check him out. And everybody else is here. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out on this fine evening. And I'm looking forward to tonight and seeing how it's going to go. I got to let this stupid cat out. Excuse me, guys. Hey, stop it. I'll be right back. I got to let this cat out because my wife doesn't answer my email. I'll be right back. I'm still talking. Oh, you can't see my underwear. Still talking. Cat, get the hell out of here. Go. Get out. You're going for the night. I'm not opening the door again. You're going for the night, cat. I hope you freeze your non-nipples off. The cat is going to freeze because it wanted to leave. So, all right. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Andre Corbiel says elections are never about gender. They're about policies. Hillary's policies are a giant smokescreen. I've been watching her for a year now. Very well said. Very well said. We're going to be keeping an eye on all the exit polls. That's all we have at this point is exit polls. And I've been really fortunate to be able to get some inside video of certain things. And the 3 exit polls that are already coming out right now are New Hampshire, Indiana, and Kentucky. And in all 3 states, Trump is winning. His closest margin is in New Hampshire, where he's up 52 to 41%. But he's doing really well in Kentucky and Indiana. And that is 19 electoral votes just right there. 70 to 27 in Indiana, 66 to 30 in Kentucky. He's dominating in both of those locations. A little closer in New Hampshire, but New Hampshire is just 4 electoral votes, not a big deal. But when and remember, these are just exit polls, doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. So we'll see how that goes. But based off of those exit polls, there is some excitement coming out of the Trump camp, and I got a little bit of footage of that. So here you go. There's some footage of that. Yeah, that's about right. He's pretty excited. He seems pretty happy. Can't blame him. Let's take our first call of the night. Phone lines are open. It's Joe Martin, 347. It's Joe Martin. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? What?
What's going on, Dave? Just been watching this on CNN all day today.
Oh yeah.
I love watching presidential races.
I hate kids who try to act old. You know that? You do that all the time. You do it all the time, Joe. You're 15.
Can I say something?
Hold on. You're 15, and you're like, yes, I like a fine cognac by the fire, Dave. Let me get my stock reports out, old man. Bubbly. Get the fuck out of here.
At least I know fucking stuff about like politics, and unlike other kids who fucking
you think you know.
Really?
Really?
I know is Trump has a better
hold on. Before you get all fucking heated, don't get triggered. What I mean by that is you don't have experiences in life yet. So really all you're able to do, and this is just because the reality, you're 15. You haven't had life experiences. So all you really are doing right now, and don't take this the wrong way, is regurgitating what you're seeing or hearing and what you're connecting with. That's not experiences yet. I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong. Don't take it the wrong way. But the reason why adults are so dismissive of kids that try to act old is because it's pretty ridiculous. Don't take it the wrong way, Joe. But what do you think about Trump? Go ahead. Hit me with some Trump shit, Joe.
Well, do we really want a fucking psychopath criminal in office like Hillary Clinton and the Clintons back in the office?
I already did it. You're too late. You're too late, baby. Thank you. I already did it. Get out. You ruined my show already. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Listen, if she does win, she will be record breaking. She will be the first president to get indicted in the first week of her presidency. Can you believe that?
Whoever wins, this is going to be a joke. I smell 2000 presidential election all over again. Whoever wins, it's going to get taken to court. Almost no question. Almost no
Listen,
question in my mind.
The only way Trump ideally can win is if he wins Florida. If he doesn't win Florida, he's fucked.
I don't know about that.
Fuck.
It seems like he's winning. He seems to be winning battleground states like North Carolina. He seems to have Ohio fucking locked up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if Florida is as important this year as it is in other elections. It's just I think Tommy C might be right. Tommy C's been saying for the last couple of days now that he thinks that the polls that have been being put out by CNN and all the other medias have been red herrings. They've been lied. They've been made up. Trump's been leading this entire time and probably by a wide margin. It's just they've lied about it to try to create fear and chaos.
That's media for you.
It makes sense. Because we saw it with Reagan. So, I mean, it does make sense. It's going to be interesting. Joe, final thoughts. I got some other calls I want to get to.
Yes, he needs to. If he doesn't win Florida, he has to turn a blue state into a red state to get some more electoral votes. And I'll talk to you.
Everybody, take it easy. The political advisor there, Joe Martin. Oh my God. It's good stuff. We're taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And of course, the number 702-751-2902. We're going to be taking them all night. We're going to have a good time. Let's go ahead and take a call. Nathan Graves, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey there. To go on what you said about the polls that just kind of popped in my mind. A lot of what polls do is they do not count people who have never voted before.
Yeah, these are exit polls. You got to keep in mind these same exit polls are the same ones that had Kerry up during his election. It's not anywhere near a win, but typically when a candidate is this far ahead in exit polls of any given state, it's usually a good sign.
Oh, I was talking about like the media polls, like the CNN.
Oh, those are all bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually pollsters don't count people who have never voted before. So there's a good chance that like Trump could have been up in some states by like 5 percentage points.
The interesting thing about this year is people are voting, and that is the one good thing. There was over 48.5 million early voters were registered to vote yesterday. They voted yesterday. 48.5 million. People are voting, man. People are getting interested, and while it may not be big news for this election because it's literally a douche and a turd sandwich. For elections from this point on, which could be known as the awakening of politics in our country, because people are going to be paying a lot more attention from this point on, I fucking guarantee you. It could be a very good thing.
There's definitely a realignment in the politics of each party, just like we saw in the 80s and the 60s here.
Oh, absolutely. And the parties are going to be drastically changed after this, by the way. Both of them. The Democratic Party, if Hillary loses, they're going to be thrust into disarray. They're going to fucking eat each other, as liberals do tend to do. And the Republicans, they've already fucked themselves. I mean, this was a goddamn shit show. The entire Republican election nominee process was... I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it, man.
As a historic Democrat, I think if Hillary loses this, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better for us.
Oh, absolutely.
As somebody who actually didn't vote for Hillary.
So you are a Democrat. You're completely fine with revealing that information. I know how some people don't like to talk about that type of stuff. And you just said that you did not vote for Hillary. Why? As a lifelong Democrat, what turned you away from voting for Hillary?
She's such a neocon in disguise, really. Mm-hmm. She's very pro-war. I don't really like the way that she's conducted herself on international policy regarding Syria and Russia. Yeah. And a lot of the just amoral shit that she's done throughout her career just kind of turns me off.
She's a repugnant human being. She's a repugnant human being. I mean, just plain and simple for me.
But I've always been more of a Wesley Clark and those kind of that kind of branch of the Democratic Party that's always been more... That's kind of, the way I would put it is I really like red state Democrats and I really hate blue state Democrats.
Okay.
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Fair enough.
So, like I was really wanting Webb to get the nomination when he was out, but
Hey, hold on one
but I
second.
think-
George W. Bush in the chat. Think about your life choices. You're the first one tonight. Think about your life choices. Take this time out and think about your life choices. Go ahead, Nathan.
But yeah, as a Democrat, I think there's going to be a lot of chaos, and I think we're going to see a lot. I think maybe our next presidential pick, if Hillary loses, is going to be more of a Warren type. I think the progressives are going to
Yeah, it might be more
explode out.
traditional. Yeah, it might be.
and then we might see like a return to the more traditional Democrats rather than these sort of very hardcore social progressives that really don't have a grasp on the economic issues that face a lot of middle America.
Well, yeah, middle America has become the forgotten demographic. I mean, it really has, especially in this election.
Exactly.
And I think for all of Trump's faults, look, I don't think Trump has necessarily been presidential except for a couple of times during this election. And it's been rather recent when he's done it. However, I think he's done a better job of the two of speaking to middle America, especially as of late. And that's what I think is going to be the turning point here. And it probably has been for the entire time.
I think that's I think he has a real chance at winning Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin.
Now you seem pretty
Because he's
politically
able to-
savvy. You seem fairly politically savvy. I'm not a neophyte by any stretch. I do pay attention, and I talk to Tommy C every day, and all he ever wants to fucking do is talk about politics. So I can hold my own. I mean, I'm not a political animal by any stretch. I'm just an average guy, just fucking former soldier, just doing my thing. But let me ask you this: you seem to be fairly politically savvy. Can Trump run this country?
Yes, but I don't think I'm honestly pretty pessimistic, and I don't think it's going to be too amazingly different than it is now. I think we're going to see different outcomes on the international stage, especially in relations to China and Russia and how we conduct ourselves in the Middle East. But I don't think it's going to be like this massive turnaround that a lot of people are hoping for.
Yeah, I don't think
it's going to be a lot.
He's not going to get 8 years, regardless of what he does. He's not going to get the second term. I don't think there's any chance for that. His age is also going to become a hindrance during that second term. It'll be like freaking 75 when he tries to run a second term, if he is to win, which I'm not betting that he is. We still don't know. It's far too early. But I don't see him
the. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
No, please go ahead.
Clinton still has the advantage in the Electoral College, so it is kind of an uphill battle for him. Because I think if you take all the solid and leaning Democratic states, she's about 280, 285.
Yeah.
So he's got to win all the swing states, all the solid Republicans, all the leaning Republicans, plus
he's got to kick
like
ass in the
state
battleground states is what he's got to do. And North Carolina is one of them, and it seems that he seems to be doing really well there, which is surprising. He seems to be dominating Ohio. I think I know Ohio this year isn't as big as it has been in previous years, but I do still believe that's big for him. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fucking crazy. The fact that the first 3 exit polls that have come in are pretty overwhelmingly Trump victories. We're talking 20 some odd electoral votes already for Trump. I know that's a drop in a bucket when you got to get to 270, whatever it is. But still, I think it's encouraging. And I don't know if you saw it or not, but we do have some footage of Trump's reaction to seeing the early exit polls. There it is again. That's pretty accurate, I think. That's good. That's official right there. All right, man. Let me get to some other calls. You got some final thoughts?
He's got to do really well in the Rust Belt. So Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, all those. If he can win there, he's got the election.
Apparently,
set.
he's kicking ass in Michigan, which is surprising to some. But he seems to be. So I mean, who knows, man? This is gonna be a lot closer than people think, which is a hell of a statement. Who the fuck thought that was gonna be happening, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. Donald Trump should not be even close in this conversation.
Well, he's been able to get a lot of union voters to flip from Democrat to Republican.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the whole middle America argument, which is weird because there's been a lot of controversy about him not allowing some of his workers to unionize, but
he's not a union crusher by any stretch. I don't think historically he's ever been known as a union crusher. But you're right, though. He's not like opening the door to union, like giving them sandwiches. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. All right. I appreciate the call. Man. Great call, buddy. Feel free to call back in later on the show.
All right.
Take it easy, bud. Nathan Graves, good call, man. It's the snoozer. Let's take another call. Snooze is here to put everybody to sleep. It's way too early for you to do that because it's an early day. Oh, by the way, official numbers are coming in. It looks like Trump has 19 electoral votes while Mrs. Clinton has gotten 3. It seems like these are official numbers. Yeah, this is it's getting real, son. It's getting real, son. Snoozer, what you got?
I want to put onto the record that I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican.
Yeah.
I'm a piece of crap.
She seems to be winning Vermont. She seems to have won outright Vermont. Like it's not even a disc. Well, that's.
Well,
that's
you know what? Vermont's the least favorite state of all New Englanders. So
there you go. What you got for me, Snooze?
Well, I did vote for Tommy C. So hopefully
you're too young to vote, you dick sandwich.
Well, how do you know?
Because you play hockey. You play like small, like kid hockey, don't you? I listen to Tommy sometimes.
I play high school hockey.
High school, yeah. That's kid hockey. I didn't use bad words. Kid hockey means you're a kid, means you can't vote yet. We try to bullshit. But why not vote for Dead on Dave? Why vote for Tommy C and not Dead on Dave? You know what, though? A vote for Tommy C is a vote for Dead on Dave, so thank you.
I thought you were his vice president.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying. And we all know that I'll be running shit anyway.
Yes. Well, now that everyone's doing like reaction videos to everything, you're doing it. You did it for the
Hey, wait a second. Dave, hold on. Wait a second. I have not just jumped on the reaction train. You look back throughout the 2-year history of my channel. I've been doing periodic reaction videos since the beginning of time.
I'm talking about everyone else. I'm talking about Kenny. I'm talking about Tommy.
Tommy's actually not doing his reaction tonight. Tommy had to cancel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make a fantasy sports version of the presidential debates.
Yeah, maybe.
We can draft candidates, and whoever is president wins the league.
Yes, that makes me want to kill myself. Snooze, I appreciate the call, buddy. Let me get some more callers. You have yourself a good night.
I'm better than Joe.
You are. That's true. I'll give you that. Take it easy, bud. It's the Snooze. We are taking your guys' calls, your reaction to the early exit poll numbers. We got a long night. We're going to be talking everything that's going on, who you want to win, who you think's going to win, what's going to happen if either one of these guys win, and so much more. We'll be taking your calls all night long on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, the number 702-751-2902. We got another caller. He has no dog in this race, but he's sexy as hell because he's British and he's Mr. Bubbly. It's Joseph Blunt. You're live with Dead on Dave. What's up, Mr. Bubbly?
Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Hello, Dave. How are you?
Hello, good son.
I know that you're not particularly fond of Hillary Clinton.
No, I like herpes more than Hillary.
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of
her. Herpes over Hillary.
Yeah, I sort of take the view that I'm never Hillary and never Trump. Mm-hmm. I just wish that neither of these candidates were in the race.
Yeah, but the fact is they are, and
they are. And
as much really as I'm not super stoked about Trump. But I think he's going to do a better job than people think he can. I certainly don't think he's half of what people say he fucking is. He's a normal fucking guy. I mean, that's the reality. He's not a political savant. He's a great businessman. And that could be a detraction for some people because corporation bad and all that bullshit. But I don't think he's not a racist. He's not a racist. I don't believe it for a fucking second. The statements that he has made, there's no xenophobia in any of it. He's never said, I want the Mexicans out. No, he wants legal immigration to reign supreme. And shouldn't all countries want that? Shouldn't that be the goal, is to have people legally come in so they can actually, I don't know, contribute to the system? Isn't that the fucking point of having a country and borders and boundaries and laws? Isn't that the point?
It is, and I think that there were other candidates in the Republican primary who perhaps articulated that in a more intellectual way, who would have been beating Hillary Clinton easily by now.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm reading reports that even Georgia might flip for Hillary.
I don't know about that. Who knows, man? Hillary, I don't think is going to be doing very well, man. I
think she's. I've looked at all. I've been following this very closely. She does look tipped to win. She does look tipped to win.
If she's tipped to win at all, and it depends on which polls you're paying attention to, which I don't personally, I don't believe these fucking polls, any of them, for a second. If she is tipped to win, it's so goddamn slight that it could turn on a dime. The one thing I think that has going in her favor is the fact that so many people are voting. So we're talking like record numbers in the last like 50, 60 years. So it's pretty historic in that sense.
Okay. Do you think that which swing states do you think he's going to win?
I don't know.
Because do you want me to go quickly through the list of which ones I think they're going to win?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it's kind of pointless at this time to go through each state, but if you want to, please,
I think
go ahead.
He carries Iowa.
Yeah.
He carries Ohio. He wins North Carolina narrowly.
Not narrowly. Doesn't look like narrowly right now. He's dominating North Carolina.
I still think he wins North Carolina. He loses New Hampshire.
He's winning New Hampshire pretty handedly right now.
Right now, I think it's too early to really say.
It is. Exit polls don't mean shit, but still.
I think he loses Nevada.
Nevada's going to be a contested state anyway. Whoever wins is going to be legally. It's just going to throw in the fucking courts. But yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, this is all going to be insanely close. Don't get me wrong. The only ones that I think she absolutely blows him out the water. I think she blows him out the water in Virginia.
Yes. Virginia, Vermont, New York, she'll win. States like that.
Yeah. She wins Pennsylvania. And I think this brings us to Florida, doesn't it? Because I think turnout there will be the decisive factor in Florida.
Yeah, more than likely. Pennsylvania, I don't think is in the bag for Clinton either, by the way.
It's certainly closer than perhaps she would have liked it, but I do think that she will be
All
able
of these
to carry.
are close. That's the thing. Even Nevada, which seemed to be a certainty just a couple of weeks ago, has gotten closer, according to the people on the ground right now. New Hampshire shouldn't be this close. Almost, I mean, it's pretty... I think the most telling thing about this entire situation is that it's close at all, man. It's that it's close at all.
According to CNN exit polls,
women... Full shit.
I know, but according to their exit polls, women are voting in higher numbers than men are, which is obviously bad news for Donald Trump.
I'm not sure if that is 100% truthful, because or accurate, not truthful, because I'm sure you mean what you say. But I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate. I mean, it all depends on which polls you're believing. There's actually there's some pretty interesting polls that I've read over the past couple of weeks about women, in fact, voting for Trump for a lot, because women seem to have a good sense for how full of shit Hillary is. By the way, Indiana's got the red check mark. So does Kentucky. New Hampshire is still under contention, but it's still 52-41 Trump at this point. But Indiana, Kentucky are both official, and that's for Trump, and as is Vermont, which was a clean wash for Clinton. Yeah. 3 electoral votes for her. So.
No surprise there. No surprise there. It's a heavily blue state.
Florida early. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm sorry, buddy. Early. Oh, my God. Early exit poll numbers in Florida. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
57% Trump. 28% Clinton. They voted third party. He's winning. He's winning this election.
Do you think Gary Johnson could have cost Hillary Clinton the White House?
Very possible.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
But the funny thing is, most people thought the Gary Johnson effect would affect Trump more. I didn't think that. See, I didn't think that it would affect Trump more. I thought it would affect the traditional politician more, which it seems to be the case. 28%? Holy God.
Oh, just on a side note as well, Tim Scott, who was the Republican senator for South Carolina, he's won. He's held on to his seat.
Yeah, okay.
So the Republicans are tipped to hold the House, and they have about a 50-50 shot of holding the Senate. This result from North Carolina makes their chances look better. it
I would
looks
say
like
so.
Trump might win Florida.
Trump
Now-
in this whole fucking thing, dude. This is crazy.
Now, hold your breath on that, because even if he wins Florida, he still needs to do very well in North Carolina, Nevada, and New
North
Hampshire.
Carolina looks very good. Nevada is closer than it should be.
North Carolina-
If he takes Florida and Ohio, it might be a fucking wrap, son.
North
might be a
Carolina,
wrap.
they're taking. I think there was something I read. There was a technical fault early in the day, so they're doing a recount.
Yeah, Nevada's also under some big contention too. Hey Joe,
Oh, yeah.
make Mr. Blunt there. Make sure you call in throughout the show. I want to get some more callers, okay, buddy?
Okay, we'll do.
Thanks, pal. Let's take a good friend of the channel. It's Sparksy. What's going
Hey.
on, lovely? How you doing?
I'm terrified.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Indeed.
Indeed, indubitably. How you doing? You doing okay there, kiddo?
I'm doing great, but I'm so scared right now. I'm in Michigan, so I'm one of the swing states and the battle states right now. So it's like, oh God.
And one that Trump is reportedly doing quite well in, which is a little bit of a surprise, but it's happening.
It's actually really not. I'm a Democrat, and I'm not afraid to be a Democrat, and that's okay, because like I'm not really for Hillary. I'm more for my party than anything, and I like to vote for my party rather than the candidate itself.
I think that's fair.
But then if you look around where I live, it's like I am a tiny fish in a shark pool of Republicans, and it's so sad to watch like all the signs around me like Trump, Pence, Trump, Pence. There is like a white supremacist living up the street. I'm not kidding. It's like it's a bad time.
Well, you
It's a
are
bad-
in Michigan, so
It is a very bad time.
So I assume you did vote for Hillary. I mean, you indicated
Yes, I
that you
did.
vote for your party. How confident are you? I mean, like you already said, you're not really voting for her. How big now? Since you did vote for her, let me ask you this question because this is interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
What was the? Were you close to either not voting or not voting Democrat?
Well, the thing is, I was a Bernie or Buster at the very initial part of the like elections beginning, like all just the campaigning and everything. I was going for Bernie, and that was the big thing I wanted to do. And when he dropped, I kind of had this thinking of maybe I just shouldn't vote. This is kind of bullshit at this point because she pretty much ripped it away from him. Yeah. There is no point at this juncture. It's like everything is going to go downhill from here. But then I started to think, maybe I should, because I would rather deal with somebody who actually knows something about politics rather than somebody who is just used to saying you're fired. So,
which I think is fair on its face value, but I think you have to ask yourself this question: how much does Hillary really know? Hillary has proved to be incompetent at her job at almost every turn. Every time she's been scrutinized, even at the levels that she's held in political office, it's not been good. So I don't know. I'm very, she's so goddamn corrupt, and she scares me. Like I said, I'd rather have herpes than Hillary. You know, it's a terrifying thing to me.
No, and I understand. It's more that it's like, I guess it's not really the experience. I need to know that there's political knowledge there. I need to know that somebody knows what they're talking about at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. But one thing that you can count on Trump to do, and what he's done in his business ventures, because Trump isn't the smartest guy in the world. He admits to that freely. He's probably not even the best business mind in the world. But what he does do well is surround himself with people who do know. It's my whole logic, you know, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. I say it at the end of every one of these shows. And as long as he does that, and he sticks to his narrative of not taking people's bullshit and allowing the fear-mongering, the victim blaming, and all of this shit, the victim card that we see so goddamn often in this liberal movement that's happening right now, the super uber lib shit, the extreme, not all liberals, mind you. You're fine in my book, don't worry. But the extremist liberal, you know the ones that I'm talking about, the femme-Nazis of the world, it's those need to be kept in check. And if he continues to do that while surrounding himself with people who actually know the political landscape, I think it could be a rather successful tenure.
Yeah, I understand that. And to go against the guy who just called in right before me, there are a lot of women voting for Trump. It's a sad thing to see from people like me, just to have heard the things that he's done and the things that he said. It almost makes me want to puke. It really does. But to think that women are still voting for him kind of scares me. It just shows me that there is a sense of ignorance that I never really noticed until now.
I don't know if it's a sense of ignorance. I think it's a sense of bullshit on Clinton's part. Like, the women seem to have this radar of knowing, yeah, not her. And I think it has a lot to do with her personal relationship with her husband. I don't think women can trust trust another woman who has put up with the things that she has for nearly 40 years with Bill. We're talking about a guy who's been damn near friggin' prosecuted for rape. We're talking about a guy who during his presidential term had extramarital affairs on his wife. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And I think women have a hard time trusting a woman who puts up with that shit.
No, and I can get that. It just, I think both of them, just everything. If I thought that he would have had a chance, and I would think that any of the independent parties would have had a chance, I would have voted for Gary Johnson. I probably would have.
Yeah, the problem is, it seems like most people, like I said right before this call, a lot of people thought that the Johnson votes were going to hurt Trump. They seemed, at least in Florida, which this is a surprise to me. I cannot believe that it's this big of a discrepancy.
Yeah, but a lot of those polls are also a lot of talk, too, because it's pushed up by people. It's not...
They're exit polls. I agree. Look, I totally get that. But so far, the exit polls are 3 for 3 and about to be 4 for 4. So... And it's crazy. Oh, by the way, Florida just swung in a huge direction, by the way. Those exit polls that we're talking about. The exit polls just swung huge. It is now 48-47 Hillary in Florida. That's huge. It's swing. There you go. And she's also it looks like she's going to eke out a victory in Virginia, not a clear-cut victory that a lot of people thought was going to be. The numbers are in for Vermont, the official numbers, 66% for Hillary, 28% in Trump. She dominated him, but that was very much expected. Right now, she is barely eking out Virginia, which is a little bit of surprise. I thought she would really crush him there. She didn't. We're still waiting for New Hampshire to come in. Trump is still leading in the unofficial polls there. He won Indiana. He won Kentucky. And like I said, Florida just swung back in Hillary's direction. What a major swing. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and South Carolina just closed their polls, so they'll be soon.
Yep. Georgia got their first exit polls in as well right now as we are speaking.
Oh, and God.
Yes. Trump is crushing there. Come on, refresh. Refresh, you son of a bitch. Okay. Georgia polls, first exit poll just came in, and this is 16 electoral votes in Georgia. Trump 75% to Hillary's 22%. That's an absolute crusher. But we just said the very same thing in Florida and how quickly that turned on a dime. This is getting crazy, Sparks. I hope you're going to be sticking around and calling back in throughout the night. I'm going to be here all night, all right?
Oh, no, I'll be trying to. I didn't want to ask you, though.
Oh, please, go ahead.
Just live on air. Would you mind if I redid your logo?
Ooh, which one?
The little icon you use?
Sure. I would, you know what? I would absolutely love that. Now, I'm a poor podcaster, so I may not be able to give you money for your work, but I can certainly try. And
you realize I would only ask for $5, right?
Okay, well done. And I will definitely shout you out like you wouldn't believe. Like I'll make a graphic made by Spoxy. So. Take a shot at it. I'd love to see what you do with it. Oh, absolutely. People want to do work for me? Yeah, please.
All right. I'll talk to you about it another time. Next time I call in, I promise I won't bring it up, but we'll talk about it another time. Okay?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I appreciate the offer. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. You have a good night.
You too. I'll talk to you later. Sparksy, everybody. Very nice. I'm going to get some new artwork done.
Yeah. Go time out, fake ass, and SF.
All right. So, all right. My wife says that I need to time out fake ass twat and SF the man. They both need to think about their life choices. So that takes care of that. I appreciate everybody who's here hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button if you've yet to do so. Let's take another call. It's the Trump supporter extraordinaire. Things are about to get ignorant, folks. It's Pittsburgh Boy. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's good?
Oh, God. Did you really just say what's fucking good? Did he really just say...
I said what's good.
Did he just say what's fucking good?
I said, what's good, man?
Yeah, no, who says what's good? Who says what's good?
It's a Virginia thing.
Oh, my God. You're a vagina thing. What do you got?
Well, first off, you see that Florida just went back to Trump.
Yes, Florida did swing back to Trump, 50% to 47%. This Florida is becoming an absolute battle, dogfight. Trump's still holding strong in New Hampshire, but it has not been updated. Vermont, like we said, Vermont is a clear victory, 54 to 41%. And Virginia has now swung to Trump as well, 52% to 43%. Not official. This is getting interesting.
But there's two questions I want to ask you. One being, do you think that presidents should win by electoral votes from the states, or do you think it should be by a popular vote?
Oh, God, I hate that question so much. It is difficult because we have a political system that has, it's not direct, it's indirect. We have representatives that are voted in by people in areas. And because of that type of situation, the Electoral College was able to come into play because we have different voting methods that allow representation to be spoken for. So it makes sense in that manner. On the other hand, popular vote does make a lot of sense. Whoever gets the most votes wins, right? That should definitely be taken in consideration. It's hard. I don't know. I think because of how states are, population density, how political ideology of different states, I think Electoral College is necessary. But, it's usually it seems the correct winner, quotations, ends up winning anyway. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I assume you're going to go the opposite way on that. You probably think every vote counts, count as one, and that's it.
Well, I mean, I can understand how people would want electoral votes. I mean, to make smaller states' votes count.
At least a little bit, and the people there get a little bit more of a voice but see, here's the thing. If it was all popular, then one vote is simply one vote and each person's voice counts the exact same, which under the Electoral College isn't necessarily true. So, it's interesting, man. It really is. It's a tough discussion because I am not a political monster. I can hold my own. I probably only know enough to be dangerous, to be completely honest. I'm just a guy, I just believe what I believe. I'm a military man. You can take it all for what it's worth. I don't think I'm a dummy or a neophyte by any stretch, but, I'm the wrong guy to be asking really intricate political questions too.
And then also, I don't know if you would know this or not, but how when Trump won Indiana, only 9% of the votes were in. How the hell can they decide a winner of a state when only that low of a percentage is in?
Well, I think that was just it was probably just an exit poll because all the votes are tallied now. So I don't know. I'm not
so
looking
you think
at,
he can actually win this thing?
Well, he's got the check mark. I mean, the official numbers are stating that he got the win, and by a pretty wide margin. They got him 63 to 33%. He doubled her up in votes almost. 276,000 to 143,000. I mean, he damn near doubled her up. So whether they extrapolated or they got all the numbers, it looks like it's a pretty clear victory. I think sometimes what they'll do is when a certain percentage, and I don't know when it becomes mathematically possible to do this, but when a certain percentage of the voting population of a county, state, whatever the case may be, is tallied, if it's already mathematically congruent to where that candidate is going to win, they might go ahead and put out the win already because mathematically it's going to hold up. That's my guess because that makes sense to me, just being a kind of a numbers guy. That makes sense to me, but I don't know. I don't think it could possibly be at 9% of the voting population. But then again, I don't know. All I know is what I see in front of me, and what I see in front of me is a check mark for Mr. Trump.
All right, man. That's all I got. I'll be sticking around in the chat.
All right, buddy. We're going to have a good time,
Go
man.
Trump.
I appreciate it. Yep, go Trump. Look, man, not go Trump. Herpes before Hillary. Hashtag herpes before Hillary. All right, Pitt, I appreciate the call.
Before I was a Rubio guy, but after Rubio's gone, I was like, okay, Cruz. Okay, Cruz is gone. I got to go for Trump.
Yeah, well, he's the only option. Take it easy, buddy. All right, let's take another call. Assassin, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Finally.
Hey, man, I'm taking them in order. I'm sorry if I'm on. I do what I can. I'm doing what I can.
You got me with your voicemail the first time though.
Yeah.
They called like 15 times. Finally.
Another one bites the dust. All right, what do you got? You're here now, so my vagina's all wet and ready for intercourse. Go ahead and stick it in me. What do you got?
So
Don't look at me like that, wife. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess the thing is about this election, it's all been one giant shitstorm, and I think anyone will agree to that. It's
a joke.
This election hasn't been pretty. It's like, even I'm sick of it, and I'm the first person to bring up politics in a conversation. But I guess the thing is that whoever gets elected, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference, in my opinion.
Probably not.
Because, I mean, Obama's one of the worst presidents we've ever had.
Oh, there's no question in my mind.
Over the last 8 years, not really anything has changed that much.
Nothing has gotten done. It's got to be one of the most ineffective presidencies I've ever witnessed or read about. Just nothing has happened. He's been one of them. I mean, look, I understand politics are naturally contentious. There's supposed to be a back and forth. There's supposed to be checks and balances. The reason why we have a two-party system is to make sure no absolute power ever takes over completely. I get that. However, a president should not be so divisive to where nothing fucking gets done. And that's what we've had over the last 8 years.
Yeah, and I'll agree with that, but I mean, nothing has gotten worse, and that's my point. Is that whichever one gets elected, I mean, they're both awful. I personally would vote for Gary Johnson, but one, I'm not voting age, and two, he's an independent party. But
throw your vote away. Yeah, Simpsons say it correctly.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I guess that's a problem with the two-party system is that so many congressmen will just, they'll say, all right, like to the new guys getting in, because they don't have term limits, they'll start like cliques and stuff. They'll say, okay, we'll give you our support as long as you vote with us on all the issues.
Yeah.
If not, you're not going to get elected. And that's basically how it works.
Basically, I mean,
no.
For good or bad.
It's like people will only vote for their party. They don't really care about whether it's right or wrong.
We're seeing a little bit of a difference to that right now. I mean, we've had some callers already call in and talk about that, and we're seeing states go against their natural ideologies right now. The fact that we're seeing some of the states go a little bit crazy is an indication that might be changing. That whole, because that's usually been the thought process. But that's kind of the special thing about this election is how big of a shit show it's been. It's kind of a wake-up call because this is a goddamn joke. It's insane. The fact, and I'll say it again. I've been saying it. I will continue to say it. The fact that this election is even close is a wake-up call. It has to be about how the parties conduct business. We saw an absolute shit show out of the Republicans that allowed Trump to disrupt everything just by being an asshole. I mean, Trump said nothing during the Republican nominations. Nothing. Other than just making attacks and calling out hypocrisies and bullshit of other candidates. And it was enough to get him the nomination because there's no strong leaders within the Republican Party anymore. The Democrats, they ate each other in a completely different way. It was insane. There wasn't there was not one strong candidate amongst them. There was guys that were either close to what Obama was doing or a flat out socialist like fucking Sanders. And a socialist is not getting elected. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It just is.
Well, no, and it shouldn't happen. The day it happens is the day I move out of this country. Socialism has failed every single time it's ever been
in history
put into action.
In history.
Every single time.
It's never worked. Never worked in a small scale or large scale.
It's very simple. When you're making the same money as a doctor that you are as a trash man,
yes.
Why do you feel compelled to work hard?
Yes. It takes away the natural tendencies of a human being, competition. And not only that, when everything is supposedly paid for by the state, but you don't have people putting in to the pot to pay for those things, guess what? You go bankrupt. It's just really simple. Simple fucking economics. And that's what socialism ignores. It ignores basic rules of economics.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think whoever wins in the next... I mean, I'm not Republican or Democrat. I tend to be more conservative, but I hate both of the parties equally. If anything, I'm libertarian, but I think whoever wins this election in 2 years, when we elect new congressmen or whatever, the other party is just gonna destroy if Hillary wins, then the Republicans are just gonna destroy the Democrats in the next midterm.
More than likely. I mean, but that, with some of the way that things have been going, I think once Obama gets out, even if Hillary were to win, once Obama gets out, one way or the other, there's going to be a lot of pushback, and I think that it could strengthen the Republican Party. Donald winning doesn't necessarily mean strengthen the Republican Party. It's going to be crazy. This is the way that the parties are organized now is about to get fucking flipped upside down. Assassin, I appreciate the call. Let me get some other callers, man. Make sure you call back in later on in the show. Keep watching. I hope you're enjoying it, man.
Yeah, I am. All right.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. We're having a good time, man. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have connections all throughout the world. And before the polls started closing, Hillary and Donald actually got together. Clinton and Trump got together, and they had a moment of solidarity. And I have that moment right here for you guys. So here you go. Look at that. See? Look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I think that's so nice. I think that's amazing that we see this type of solidarity out of the candidates. Good stuff. All right. Bernie Sanders says, Dave, what happened with Tommy? Tommy had to cancel tonight, unfortunately. He wasn't able to go on. He had some issues with his neighbors. It's late. We got very strict noise laws here in Germany, and his neighbors told him to shut the fuck up. So there you go. Let's take a look at the updated exit poll numbers. Trump has gotten a couple more check marks, it looks like. Right now, Trump and Clinton are going back and forth in Florida. 49-48 currently for Trump. Hey, old school, hang out a second, okay, buddy? Georgia, Trump is still absolutely crushing. It's not a check mark yet, but it seems to be inevitability. Indiana has been won by Trump officially, 64% to 31%. Kentucky has been dominated by Trump as well, 65 to 30. New Hampshire is still showing Trump leading, 52 to 41, but that is not a check mark yet. North Carolina is being dominated right now. These are early exit poll numbers, dominated by Trump, 70 to 28%. South Carolina is getting a small margin. This is very early in those numbers, 50% to 49 for Trump. Vermont is a Hillary victory, 54 to 41%. Virginia, it looks like Trump might actually take it there, 53 to 42%. It's getting closer to where the numbers are getting big enough to where this could actually be a win in Virginia. A little bit of a surprise there for Trump. And West Virginia is an absolute check mark, quick check mark. 5 electoral votes going to Trump. So Trump has the early lead, 24 votes to 3 for Clinton. Trump needs 246 to get the presidential fucking title. The world champion, if you will. All right, old school Matt. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
All of this election has done two things for me. One, it's proven that the system is more fucked up than we give it credit for. And it's turned me into an alcoholic.
You turned you into an alcoholic?
Well, it's helped.
I think you were already there, though. I don't want to hear that shit.
To be honestly, if I didn't have as many roots as I do where I am, I'd have no problem leaving the country.
I think, I hate when people say that, because where are you going to go? That's what I want to know. It's so fucking stupid to me. Because even with all the problems of the United States of America, it's still the goddamn best place in the world to live if you like your quality of life the way you have it now. It drives me crazy when people say that. It really does. And I don't mean to beat you up about it, Matt. I totally understand frustration and things like that. But until you've been to other countries, and I don't know if you have or not, I'm assuming you haven't. You own a hearse. I'm pretty sure you've only been in your own place. But I have traveled the world. And I've seen actual oppression. I've seen actual political strife. Okay? I've been a part of it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've participated. Okay? America is still the best fucking place for you to be you. Plain and simple. I believe that firmly. I'm not just saying that because I served the country. I'm just saying that is my opinion.
And honestly, for me, it's not just the political aspect of it. For me, it's just I've always wanted to see the world, and this just seems like the best excuse for it.
Well, go travel. You do not give up your citizenship under any fucking under any circumstances. Do not denounce your citizenship. It would be the biggest mistake of your life, unless you have a lot of money and you can pay other. I don't think you realize just how bad some of the tax situation is in some other countries. Unless you've got a fuck ton of money and you have something that you really can hold on to, you're an independently wealthy human being, stick where you are, bud, because it's your best chances for success. Hang out a second, as I'm sure you have more, but I want to answer a couple things in the chat. I got some people, Dave, don't you live in Germany? Like, that means that I don't have a fucking opinion. Look, I voted in this election because I can. I'm a fucking retired soldier. I'm still a citizen. Yes, I live in Germany with my wife and my daughter. My wife and daughter, my wife's German. My daughter's half German. I got out of the United States Army. I was medically retired back in 2010. I decided to stay. Not because I don't care about my country, because my family wanted to stay here. And it was best for them, so I did what was best for my family. Plain and simple. All right, Matt, you got anything else for me?
I want to ask this question, and since a lot of people don't seem to be asking about it, what happens to the candidate? What happens to each candidate if they lose?
Trump goes back to being Trump. I don't think that this loss. Well, look, in the long term, neither one of them, it's going to change very much. In the short term, whoever loses will be taking this to court. We're going to have a 2000-like situation. I would be surprised if we have something where more than one state has not quite Florida-like shenanigans from 2000, but some pretty damn big shenanigans. And I do believe this is going to be held up. I'm glad you brought that up, because something was said early on in this process that gives me pause. It scares the shit out of me. And it was said by Barack Obama, President Barack Obama. He said something so terrifying, and he said it so authoritatively, and he seemed to really believe this. He said, I personally guarantee you that Donald Trump will never become president. That's a terrifying, terrifying statement by a president that has no problem abusing executive power. That scares the shit out of me. It really does.
Yeah, that's all I got, Dave.
Old school, don't drink too hard, buddy. Look, life can be difficult, okay, bud? I get that. And I know that I'm drinking right now, but I'm not drinking very hard. I'm just drinking because I'm going to be up for the next fucking 5 hours, and I got to get through the night somehow. But listen, I understand that life can get hard and this election can bum me the fuck out. Don't ruin your liver. Don't ruin your life. Don't ruin any of that shit because of politics that you cannot in any way control. You can somewhat have a little bit of effect, but just be a good person and deal with your life in an effective manner. Okay, that's just, I'm not preaching to you. I'm not your father or anything like that. Just my opinion. Okay, buddy?
I do.
Have a good night. See you later, old school. He sounded upset and depressed. Makes me sad. All right, I appreciate everybody who's up here in the chat, hanging out with your fucking fat, copious friend here, Dead on Dave. We are having a good time. We are live on YouTube, coming at you from Germany, talking all kinds of good stuff here. We're taking calls. We're having a good time. We will continue to take your calls live on Skype, David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, the number 702-751-2902. Let's take a moment. My wife is in the chat, by the way, and she will ban your ass. Make sure you think about your life choices, fuckos, okay? Before we take more calls, and we will, Dan Flan, don't worry, we will take your call in just a moment. Let's take a look at the updated exit polls and see where the numbers lie. As we stated, Florida is still in favor of Trump, just barely. Georgia is in a stranglehold for Trump, 72 to 27% in favor of Trump. Indiana, Kentucky, both victories for Trump. New Hampshire has now swung to Hillary. New Hampshire was being led most of the night by Trump, but now it is swung to Hillary. Still seems to be very early. It looks like the polling numbers are coming in very slow there. Only about 7,000 to 8,000 votes tallied so far in New Hampshire. Could just be a small voting state. It's only 4 electoral votes, but still, Trump really would like to get this if he can, especially when it's so close, 50 to 46%. North Carolina seems to be in pretty good lockdown mode for Trump, 63% to 36%, and the numbers are starting to climb there. That's 15 very big, important votes. Early polling numbers out of Ohio, a very big state, 50% to 46% for the Donald. Closer than he probably would have liked so far, but it is still very early. South Carolina has a small advantage for Trump. That is also very early in its exit poll numbers. Vermont was won by Hillary outright. Virginia it's still being contested, 54 to 41% for Trump, but the numbers are starting to pile up rapidly for Trump, and it looks like that is getting ready to close any moment. That's 13 electoral votes that I think most people were assuming Clinton would win. West Virginia is official with a victory for Trump, 51% to 43%, with 5 votes going to Donald Trump. 24 to 3 is the official tally. Let's go ahead and take another call. Sod Villa, Jesus Christ, I don't know why I'm taking your call. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. But hey, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got, buddy?
What's up, man? I'm just wondering why I keep being timeouts, man. I'm just expressing my opinions.
My wife doesn't like you very much, I think. You talk a lot of shit.
All I said, dude, I live here in California, so I feel the real effect of illegal immigration, dude. I can't even get a damn job over here. There's all these illegals.
Okay, wait a second. Wait. Aren't you like 19? Maybe even younger?
No, I'm not voting age.
Yeah, I know you're not voting age, but you're not even job holding age.
No, yeah, I am. I'm trying to find a job right now. Well, actually, I do have.
How old are you? You're not voting age, so you're 17.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you qualified to get any type of job?
Dude, I'm not talking about a real good job. I'm talking about some minimum wage job.
You don't even have a high school diploma yet.
What?
I'm just
Most
saying.
people that work at McDonald's don't have a high school diploma.
No, that's true, but I mean, people aren't hiring kids as much as they used to, especially smart mouth little shits like you.
Hey.
What did I say that was inaccurate?
Well, I mean, I am smart. So
No, you're not smart. You're a smart ass. Big difference.
Same thing.
I guess it just being happy that the word smart is being associated. Take the win, I guess, right?
Look, smart ass means you're intelligent.
Fair enough. All right, Sod, you got any final thoughts before I get your ass out of here? I can only take so much of you.
No, that's all I gotta say.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call.
Trump, make America great again.
There you go. Good God. All right. For all the reasons that I will never, ever, ever vote for Hillary, because hashtag herpes over Hillary. Let's make that a thing. Hashtag herpes over Hillary. Hillary. There you go. Let's make that a thing. Hashtag herpes over Hillary. One of the many reasons is how fucking awkward she is. And I happen to have some official footage of her awkwardness as well. Look at this. Oh, look how awkward. Oh my God. I could have showed the Whip and Nay Nay video, but I thought that was way better. All right, let's take another call. It's Dan Flan. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hillary.
There you go. I agree.
Fuck Hillary. She's a criminal. You know General Petraeus? He went to jail for 2 years for leaking one piece of classified information with his wife. Hillary leaked 110, and she's still not in jail. No. And she's allowed to run for president. Are you kidding me?
I told this story on Tommy C's channel before, and I'll tell it real quick here. As you know, I'm a veteran. I was in the United States Army. I was the 25 uniform. I was Signal. I was in communications. I've worked for generals. I have been in charge of millions of dollars of hand receipts when I was downrange in Iraq. I have been in charge of classified documents. There's a lot that I've done. I have seen careers, lives, essentially being ended. People go to jail for doing something as simple as placing an unclassified hard drive, a little flash drive, into an unclassified computer. You know, we have it marked red and green. Red is for classified or secret, and green is for unclassified. There's two different types of nets, sipper and nipper. You don't put the unclassified into a classified. You don't put a classified into an unclassified. You just don't do it. And if you do get caught, there is no discussion. Ignorance is not a fucking excuse. It's not. It never works. It never works. And what she has done in burying that tiny little fucking ISP or what? Not ISP. The server provider in Colorado is fucking reprehensible. What they've done to bury that place is just reprehensible, man. So yeah, she's a criminal. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, it's not that the Hillary voters don't know about this; they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
Because Trump uses mean words. Because Trump has acted like too much of a man sometimes and talked about putting fingers on vaginas, which was disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending that talk.
That's how a normal person talks.
Yes, he's a normal person. I don't believe he's a racist. He might be a little bit of a misogynist, but he's also 70 fucking years old. I mean, get back in the kitchen was probably something he said very frequently when he's a young man. You know, and he had trophy wives. We're talking about a guy who was married to Ivana fucking Trump. That's what we're talking about here. You know, so I don't know, man.
Like, you break a law, you get charged with a felony, and you can't vote. Like, she leaked 110 classified information. She doesn't get a felony, or she should, but she's allowed to run.
Yep. I hope I really do hope, just for sake of justice, she gets her fucking ass beaten in by Trump in this election. But I don't even want Trump to be president. That's the thing. I am not like sitting here going, go Trump, go. I'm just like, no Hillary, no. You know.
Well, he's going to surround himself with smart people. I think.
Exactly. Like, and that's what I've been saying. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I found the most the best part about it? In the debate, he says that he's going to get, if he becomes president, he's going to get a new prosecutor to redo the case. That's what I love about it.
Oh, he is going to prosecute her.
Yeah.
I
hope she gets locked up.
You know what, though? I think it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't to do it, I'm pretty sure it's going that way anyway.
Well, if she becomes president, she won't.
Probably. You know what? I think she might have the quickest impeachment proceedings in history. Because I think the FBI is going after her. I believe Weiner has flipped. I believe Weiner has fucking flipped. And he is going to take, if he can cut a deal and save his fucking the rest of his fucking miserable life by selling out everybody around him, Hillary's fucked. So I believe she might. You know what? They're talking about the same thing for Donald Trump. That if he gets elected, that he might go through impeachment proceedings very early on in his presidency as well. A lot of it is for frivolous things, but this is going to be a shit show, and it's going to be a shit show that is not going to be resolved for quite a long time.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Well, think about it, and you can always call back in.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. Good call.
Thanks. Thank you for taking it.
No problem. Thank you, Dan. With Dan Flynn, he called in. Everybody's calling in. Have a good time. Florida is turning into an absolute fucking Donnybrook here. We're talking 6 million votes cast already in Florida. Hillary with a slight margin of victory so far, 49 to 48%. It's coming down to the wire. That's a big one. Trump needs it. Trump needs it. Trump needs to pull this out. Florida just widened a little bit with more numbers coming in. Hillary has just widened her lead on Trump, 50% to 47%. That's huge. That might be enough to lock that one up. She's also pulling away in New Hampshire as more votes flow in there, 54 to 41%. North Carolina is coming down to the wire as well, with the Donald eking out a small little lead at the moment, 49 to 48%. Ohio, 53-44, still rather early there. 18 big electoral votes. Donald Trump has got the victory, or got the lead, I should say, so far there. South Carolina, Trump is starting to widen a little bit, 53 to 44. Vermont was already won by Hillary. Virginia is starting to widen in Trump's favor, 54 to 41. And West Virginia was won outright by Donald Trump. It is still official at 24 to 3 in electoral votes. Still very early. We got a long night here, kids. Woo, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. But I'm going to be here. We're going to take your calls. We're going to have a great time all night talking about all this stuff. We're going to be taking your calls, your questions, your hopes, your dreams, your quips, your quotes, and so much more. While we have a minute, I do want to talk about something. You guys have been really supporting the channel in a great way as of late. We're getting some really great growth, and I know a lot of that has to do with being on Tommy C's show during his huge eruption as of late. Almost 30,000 subs, is getting closer to that, and I know I've benefited from that, and I know some of you guys have found me through Tommy, and I appreciate you guys being here. And we have this nice surge, and we're getting to very close to 5,000 subs. I mean, we're still in the threes, but still, I see 5,000 in the horizon. So, in a way of celebrating that, when we get to 5,000 YouTube subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway. I got a really great giveaway for you guys. For American, United States only, unfortunately, PlayStation 4 or PlayStation Network owners, we're going to give away a $50 PlayStation Network gift card as a thank you for all the support, as a thank you for the donations that I got for eating the Carolina Reaper chili peppers, yes, which you guys donated enough to allow me to get a PlayStation 4. I appreciate that. So as a thank you, we're going to give away a $50 PlayStation Network card. So once we get to 5,000 subs, bickety bam, you guys got yourselves a chance to win a $50 card. I got a code ready to give away. So keep on subbing. Let's get to 5,000 and give that bitch away. All right? So I'm excited about that. All righty. We're taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, the number, 702-751-2902. If you guys want to go ahead and call on in and sound off on whoever you think's going to win, who is winning, whatever the case may be, who you're supporting, and whatever else, feel free to do so. I just fucked myself up, unfortunately. Oh, okay. I'm bringing in Joseph Blunt. Mr. Blunt, go ahead and talk for a moment. I have got to put on my sling. I just hurt my shoulder.
Bubbly. The Trump team has not been having good news in the past few minutes. The Clinton camp says that they're now very confident that they're going to win Florida. Ohio is very close, apparently. Even Georgia, apparently very close. Congressional Republicans seem to be doing much better than Donald Trump nationally. But I just... It looks as though Trump is going to lose North Carolina and Florida.
I don't know about North Carolina. North Carolina seems to have a pretty good lead right now.
If he loses Florida, this is game over.
I don't think it's game over. I don't think it's necessarily game over. I'm not sure on that. It's still close in Florida. I know that she's gotten a little bit of a wider lead at 50% to 47%, but it's not over quite yet. We'll see what happens there. North Carolina. Oh, North Carolina has flipped. Excuse me. Oh, wow. 3 states have now flipped. New Hampshire has widened now for Hillary, 56 to 39%. Hillary has also taken control of North Carolina, 52% to 46%. That's a big swing. I didn't see that. Sorry for the correction there. And Ohio is starting to widen in Hillary's favor as well, 54% to 42%. If she wins those 3, Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio, it's game over. It's over.
Yeah, this is going to be.
I can go to bed.
A blowout. This is a blowout.
Absolutely, it might be. It might be.
It's like of 2008 proportions for the Republicans, if not worse.
If those 3, we might be done here really soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we are, then I will just take the opportunity to say that you have lost a lot of weight, and that's, I appreciate that's great. Keep it up.
That. Yeah, I'm down I'm down to 295 pounds, man.
Jesus, I mean, you've been shedding the pounds.
Back in June of this year, I started my diet, and I was 352 pounds.
Yeah.
And as of today, 295. So yeah, I'm pretty good stuff. I'm happy. I'm not anywhere near my goal, but we're going to keep on keeping on.
I'm going to say on this election issue, I was not a Trump fan. I've never been a Trump fan. I wouldn't have voted for him. I wouldn't have voted for Hillary either. Just getting that out there. But I think after this election, and I do think he's going to lose. I think
it looks like it now.
I think the opposition to Hillary doesn't need to mire itself in arguments. It doesn't need to be saying, "Oh, it's rigged. It was rigged. Trump definitely won, but it was rigged."
It's going to, though. You know that.
Yeah, it was all these other... If the opposition to Hillary wants to be effective, they need to unite in opposing her instead of fighting each other.
Trump is starting to close in Florida again. It's starting to get tightened back to 49 to 48%. That is becoming an absolute fucking race. Holy shit. But New Hampshire, it looks like it's in the bag completely. North Carolina has started to tight up again. And Ohio is a little closer than it was a few minutes ago. But Hillary still leads there as well.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that this is going to be over.
If he wins Florida, then it's not as devastating if he loses North Carolina and Ohio. It's still a huge hindrance, don't get me wrong. But if he's able to pull Florida out, and it's so close right now that we don't know for sure, that will be a recount state. It's that close. I guarantee you they will be recounting that.
Okay, there's been some states announced. Hillary Clinton wins Illinois, New Jersey,
I'm not seeing any of those yet.
Maryland and Delaware. And Donald Trump wins Missouri, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. These are all blue and red states that they were expected to win.
What I have gotten so far, I just saw some new information on what I'm using as well. I'll go through what I'm seeing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just going off of what I've been using. Florida's still 49-48. As far as winners, These are the official ones that I'm seeing. Okay, Delaware and District of Columbia just closed, and they are official as victories for Hillary.
I'm going off of the BBC.
Okay,
the BBC
which might be a little
method.
That's funny. Maryland, Massachusetts, both victories for Clinton as well. New Jersey, as you said, winning for Hillary. Oh, this is not good for fucking Trump at all.
But these were all blue states.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's true.
you know?
It wasn't, but still, if he could have turned one of them, it would have been nice for him.
I mean, because that was the kind of those were the kind of states that he was hoping to as well, because of the demographics there.
He probably wanted to flip at least one of them. You know, it would have been nice. Oklahoma is a victory for Trump. West Virginia is a victory for Trump. The latest numbers that I'm seeing, it's 44-31 Clinton.
The BBC, which I don't know, I mean, I tend to rely on them. You know,
you might just be a little bit ahead of me. I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah, they say that it's 68 electoral votes for Hillary Clinton and 37 for Donald Trump.
Okay.
But I mean, this is all very early in the night, of course.
It's still very, very early, yeah. But
I think that
they're coming in. More polls are closing.
Yeah. I have a feeling that if the North Carolina vote or if the Florida vote comes out first, that will be a barometer for the rest of the country.
Very possible.
If Florida goes Clinton, it's gay. I think
it's over. I agree with you. It's over because she has a lead right now in a pretty good lead in North Carolina and Ohio. Well, Ohio's starting to tighten back up again, and it's still very early there. I mean, they're not even 1 million combined votes yet tallied in Ohio.
Whereas, I mean, if he manages to hold Florida,
if he can win Florida, it's still anybody's game.
Yeah,
we're talking 29 votes. You know, I mean, or whatever, 28, whatever it is.
It's going to be a long night, I imagine, or it could be a very short one, depending on how quickly this Florida vote comes out.
Yeah, which I think we're still a little bit away from. I'm not sure how many registered voters there are in Florida or how many projected votes. We are right around 7 million are in as of right now, so I mean a good amount, but we'll see.
No, I don't like either of them, but I'm calling this for Hillary Clinton at the moment.
It's starting to look that way. I'm not going to lie. It's unfortunate.
He needs to do so well in so many places that I just don't think that he can pull it out.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Tambo Computing is saying down under they're reporting 68-67 Clinton. If that's the case, Trump maybe he won fucking Florida. I mean, maybe
I've not seen any updates on here.
I'm not seeing any updates either. I'm just telling you what I got a guy in Australia telling me, and he comes from the land down under.
No.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, let me take another call here, Joe.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Let's take another call. It's Dan Flan. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Breaking news. You can look it on the internet. I found it on the internet. There's a guy in Pennsylvania. He was voting for Trump. He put it in the checking machine, and it went out Clinton, and they did it over and over again, and then the machine was like rigged.
I heard about that earlier in the night. I have heard about that.
Over a dozen machines in Pennsylvania have been.
Is that 100% official?
I found it on the internet.
But I mean,
I don't know if they're telling, but they probably are. I mean,
because there were reports of it earlier. There were reports, but I have not seen anything official yet. But there are massive sporadic voting problems and irregularities being reported, so it's very possible.
It's the press owes Trump an apology on that because they were making fun of him for saying it's being rigged.
And
like CNN,
it probably
NBC,
fucking is. That's the best part. This is gonna be a shit show, guys. Shit show.
It might turn into a broken convention or something.
Oh, it's going to be very well possible.
Yeah, but I hope it does. If that would be so great.
We'll see.
I hope
you're rooting for chaos, huh?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Dan, I appreciate it, man. Take it easy, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, I have heard about it, man. There's a lot of Simpsons storylines happening tonight. You got from Treehouse of Horror, I think like either 19, 20, or 21. I can't remember which one. the opening of that where I wanted to vote for Obama. 2 votes for President Kane. So we're seeing some Simpsons things tonight. It's pretty funny. Go ahead, throw your vote away. Let's bring in the guy who did the graphics for tonight. Man, these wonderful graphics that you see were courtesy of my good buddy there, Mr. Gun Cannon. What's going on, pal? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
No, this is the biggest cluster fuck of the century.
Well, I think that's prophecy fulfilled.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I went and voted today. My wife went and voted today, and they're starting to tell stories of things happening at the voting sites. My wife actually had something happen.
Shenanigans. We're hearing shenanigans. What's your wife's shenanigans?
Well, she went in and voted, and when she came out of the booth, she had some older guy come up and ask who she voted for, and she's like, "I'm not telling you. It's really none of your business." And the guy looked at her and goes, So you voted for that cunt Hillary. Before the guy could... Here's the kicker. Before the guy could get 3 steps in, this nice little 5'0" elderly old lady with a friggin' ruler came over and said, "I will give you 12 inches of wrath."
Was she a fucking nun? She went after him with a ruler? Is she a nun?
I have to wonder, because it was at a church.
What is it? Fucking what was that? Oh God, the Blues Brothers, man, with the nun just beating the shit out of him with a ruler the whole damn time. Oh my God.
That's what I thought, because I was like, wow, okay.
This is a contentious election, man. This is a very contentious election. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of social justice warrior shit. There's just all kinds of stuff. And, it really does come down to sensibilities for me. Like, I personally have less problem. Maybe it's just because I'm a man, but I have less problems with the guy talk that Trump has said rather than the straight out fucking illegal activities that have been just about proven of Hillary fucking Clinton. So, I don't know.
And I mean, I'm from New York. I'm from the state that Hillary was in, being all political and shit. And she did fuck things up here. I didn't vote for Hillary. I mean, I threw my vote away like everyone.
You voted Johnson,
yes.
huh?
No, I wrote in.
Oh, who'd you write in?
I
gotta know. I gotta know. Come on, you wrote it in. It didn't matter.
I write random people in like every
Flash
time
Gordon. Please tell me you voted for Flash Gordon. That'd be great.
No, who was it? Oh, I remember. I voted for a dog.
Oh, nice. Which one? Snoopy?
No, one of my dogs.
Oh. That you rebel, you fucking rebel. Hang out a second, Gun Cannon. I want to read the latest news that I have, because Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, the official musician of Dead on Day Productions, is asking for an update, and I will acquiesce to my good friend. So here is the most up-to-date information that I have. I'm not saying it's the most accurate. I'm saying it's what I have. Alabama early poll, very, very early poll numbers in Alabama have Trump up 63 to 36%, but we're talking not even 1,000 votes yet. Delaware, District Columbia, both won by Hillary Clinton. Neither of those states have given out the percentages. Florida is 49-48 right now for Hillary. It is so close. It is cunt hair close right now there. That is crazy. Georgia is all but Trump's 70 to 28%. Absolute domination there in Georgia. Indiana was won by Donald 59 to 36. He also won Kentucky 61 to 34. Maryland and Massachusetts were won by Hillary, but the numbers have not been released there. New Hampshire is 55 to 40% Hillary. New Jersey has been won by Hillary. No information on the percentages yet. North Carolina is widening for Hillary, 52 to 46%. Ohio is staying pretty standard, but still very early there, 53 to 44% for Hillary. Oklahoma won by Trump. No poll numbers official there, but a victory for Trump in Oklahoma, as well as South Carolina. Trump won decisively, 58 to 39%. Tennessee is now getting a little bit wider, 70% to 27% in Tennessee for Trump. Texas is in very early there, 38 big electoral votes. It's 48-48 right now. It is a deadlock in the big old Lone Star State. Vermont won by Hillary, 55 to 39. Virginia looks to be swinging to Trump now, 53 to 42. And West Virginia was won outright by Trump, 62 to 33. Shit is getting fucking tight, folks.
Yeah, I just actually
the most
refreshed
updated numbers
now.
is 44 to 40 electoral votes for Clinton.
Yeah, I just refreshed right now. Texas is now 48 to 47 in favor of Hillary. Let's see, Florida's at 49-47 Hillary. But yeah, this is
crazy, guys. This is getting fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
SF is saying that Trump is being reported as winning in the popular vote by 3% at that moment, but we don't know. We'll see. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, I don't take away from the fact that he's probably winning in the popular vote. I don't think this is going to be as clear cut as Mr. Blunt had said. That, you know, I think you're going to see this pretty much go on through the whole night into, you know, the wee hours of the morning tomorrow before you get a real fitting answer.
Oh, absolutely. I think we might have a good idea. Look, he was right if Hillary would have won the 3 states that he was talking about, North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio. If she wins all 3, this shit's over. This shit's over. It just is. But they're still very much in flux. Florida is getting even tighter. We are talking 49 to 48, but it's a 50,000 vote margin at this point. It could easily flip to Trump. He needs it. He needs Florida. He has to have it. Has to have it. This is fucking crazy, yo.
Yeah, and it's really weird because I get the ability to be able to talk with a lot of people from the South with a lot of the work I do, and it's weird. A lot of them want to vote Trump, so it's weird to see these numbers from where I sit.
I'll tell you one interesting thing, and I am really happy to say this, that fucking a lot of people are voting. Hey, call back in a little bit. I got an old friend calling in. Okay, do me a favor. Call back in just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, buddy. Oh my God, really, really good friend. Oh shit, no. I gotta get him in. Come on. Come back. Oh no, the call failed. Why did the call fail? No. I'm trying to bring in an old friend, the original co-host of Nerd and the Jerk. Really, really good friend of mine. Oh, let's see. Can we get him? Let's get him. He's here. It's my good buddy, the original co-host of Nerd and the Jerk. It's Jim friggin' P. What's going on, buddy?
What are you drinking over there?
It's medicinal soda.
Me too. I'm gonna need it.
Well, Massachusetts voted for Hillary. What do you think?
I mean, man, well, that's obvious. People's Republic of Cambridge was always going to vote Democrat. My vote doesn't matter in the state.
No.
I should just drive over to New Hampshire, which is 2 minutes away, and help swing this jobber.
Yeah, it seems like she's starting to widen in New Hampshire. What I'm looking at right now is 55 to 40% in her favor right now.
Yeah, it's early. That's weird. You know, the real problem here is that Florida decides anything.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
it's Florida with
forget Ohio, forget Pennsylvania, North Carolina. This thing's over once again in Florida.
It seems like mainly because it seems like she's not just going to win Florida. If she wins Florida and North Carolina and Ohio, it's game, set, match.
Yeah, North Carolina won't be decided till tomorrow, but
probably.
Yeah, so this Florida thing's weird. People in Florida shouldn't decide anything for this country. And
it's God's waiting room.
Yeah, America's penis. How is she competing in Texas, speaking of penis? How is a Democrat compete in Texas?
I blame Bush. I don't know. It's like, what do you do? It's like, I mean, it seems to be the answer for everything. I don't know. Trump has taken over a little bit back in Texas. He's now leading 49-47 in Texas. Still about only a million votes tabulated in Texas, so we're still very early. I think the best thing that I can talk about from this election is how many people are voting. There is a fuck ton of people voting.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, which is interesting because they're both pure assholes. I voted for Johnson and Weed.
Oh, did you? You voted for Weed. Everyone's voting for Weed. Let's vote for Weed.
I voted for Johnson and Weed. That's what I cared about. A little bit of gambling too. I mixed a little pro-gambling.
I like all of those voting. I like all your voting, sir. I think you did a very good job.
Yeah, something about charter schools and farm animals too. I did my best.
I think you succeeded, sir. I think you succeeded.
Yeah, way back on Nerd and the Jerk, we were talking about, how far would Trump go. This is amazing. It's a fascinating political story, this whole Trump thing, and the douchebaggery, nonetheless, to overcome that and still, this isn't going to be a landslide like some liberals who I like to feast on their salty tears of. And, it's not going to be a landslide like some would have hoped or predicted, and that's fascinating. It's just
it shouldn't be this close. It's crazy that it's this close. And to me, it just speaks to just how repugnant of a candidate Hillary Clinton is. Herpes over Hillary.
Well, that and just how sick and fed up people are. It's like an anarchy vote, because anybody in their right mind voting for Trump just wants shit to blow up.
In some regard, or they're just so tired of the status quo that they want somebody who could potentially shake shit up. The problem is shaking things up shakes stuff up. So it's, you know what I mean? It's like now everything's shaken up. What do we do now? Can he answer those questions? I don't know. My only hope is if he wins, that he surrounds him, just like he does in business, he surrounds himself with people smarter than himself. That's my only hope. If he could stick to the narrative of holding people accountable for bullshit and just being combative while surrounding himself with people who have political power, political knowledge greater than his own, I think it could be a successful presidency. I know I'm hoping a little bit there, but it's possible.
Do you think he wants to be president? I think he will hire good people, good in quotations, because I think his ego wants to say he was the president for 4 years. I don't think he really wants the job. I don't think he wants to do the job. I think his VP and the people he hires will,
I think he
wants to more
win.
than,
I
say,
think
Obama or Hillary.
I think he wants to win. I think that's what it comes down to. It is ego. He wants to win. And, what he does afterwards, I don't know. I mean, it's a very crazy thing. He scares me a lot less than Hillary, though, Jim. A lot less. She terrifies me, man.
Hillary's going to get us in wars, and I'm all set with that. We're going to war with.
Buddy, yes.
She's the biggest Republican running.
In some ways, yes, really.
When she's not sucking ass to Bernie bros, she's more Republican than anybody that's been running.
Updated numbers that I'm seeing right now, it's the electoral votes are 51-44 now in favor of Trump, but the big ones are yet to be decided. So,
yeah, this election they needed Rubio. The Republicans needed Rubio to somehow be a stronger candidate.
He did
Trump,
such a bad job, though. Oh my God.
He did a real bad job, but with that state, I mean, even his re-election was pretty close, from what I understand. I think he's going to pull it out, but. Rubio, I mean, the Hispanic vote has jumped like 6 to 7% or something like that. Like the largest jump in voting public is Hispanic.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've been reading
now in Florida. That's in Florida. Across the country, it's like 1% jump, which is still good, but in Florida it's bigger. But I guess the question in Florida is that jump Cuban? If that's
Yeah.
Cuban Hispanic, then that doesn't mean Hillary necessarily wins.
No, it doesn't. I do think. Look, I think that if this election wakes people up and makes them more politically aware, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. More people that are understanding of their surroundings and the political landscape is not necessarily a bad thing, man. And it's something that's been lacking from this country for a long fucking time. People taking responsibility for their country a little bit and deciding, hey, maybe I need to speak up. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think Hillary wins by percentage points. I think she barely lasts 4 years. I think they'll try and impeach her.
Almost immediately. I think the FBI is still going to go after her.
5 or 6 scandals, but I think she wins, and then the Republicans need someone to step up. You know, they're not necessarily an outsider, but I don't know. Maybe little Marco can learn how to run a freaking campaign. It's ridiculous.
If not him, who else? I mean, look, the good thing that the Republicans have, and I mean, if you want to call it a good thing at this point, because the Republican Party is just in shambles after, that shit show. But most of them are relatively young. You know, Rubio and some of the others, they're relatively young. So, you know, I mean, it's not necessarily game over. Democrats lose this, Democrats are in trouble. Democrats are in trouble if Hillary loses this thing.
Well, the Democrats are never in trouble. The Republicans are in real trouble because if the Republicans lose, the electoral map is shifting so much that
right, yeah.
Just look at it from the start. Like Donald Trump, before voting started, has it has a very narrow path to victory before voting even starts, with just how, the population centers shift out and voting goes nowadays. I mean, like for example, they have to win Ohio, for example. Anytime one state,
who's going to establish it? I mean, who's going to give up? Somebody's going to have to give up power within one of the established parties for that to happen. There's going to have to be a major swing. And if another party does arise, it's only going to be an offshoot of one of the existing parties. But who?
Or it's so bad. Let's say Hillary wins. Really, to get a third party, the best thing to get a third party going is Hillary winning. Because it's just if she's so bad, I would have liked to have seen Weld and Johnson flip flop. Where Weld, although I don't know if you know this, in one interview, Weld endorsed Clinton. I don't know if you saw that in the news.
I believe it.
Or early on, that was weird, but
nothing
Weld
surprises me anymore.
Weld, as a Republican governor and a Democratic state, I mean, they were both Republican governors in Democratic states, but I think Weld had a better chance of carrying that ticket. Gary Johnson got damn weird through it. I still voted for him, but Christ, he's weird.
Oh shit! Florida has just swung back to Trump by a small margin. It's getting closer now. We're approaching 10 million votes combined in Florida. That means we're getting closer to fruition there. 49-48 Trump at the moment. He's got about a 16,000 vote lead. That is going to be down to the wire.
What's the percentage? What percentage of votes?
49-48.
Somebody said no. What's the percentage? Somebody said 89% in the chat. I think that's
something like that. It is kind of interesting. It's getting up there. They're almost at 10 million. I mean, that's pretty high.
Yeah, Frenchie Ben in the chat mentioned the media. The media is fucking disgusting. This is crazy. The media shouldn't be able to endorse candidates in the first place. So what's that about?
Right? What happened to no slant media?
I saw something today where one of the biggest polling groups endorsed a candidate. I mean, what the fuck is that about?
No bias at all. No bias, nothing. Of course,
the media and pollsters endorse candidates now. Is this what it comes to?
Awful. Awful. Nathan Graves in the chat says that 60% of all Floridian voters have been counted. I've seen higher numbers than that by other people. Everyone seems to have different sources that they're trusting, and they're all different.
Yeah.
So,
good media.
Chris Payne says 89% in Florida. So who knows?
Yeah, they also factor in all the media factors in these exit polls, which if exit polls mattered, John Kerry would have been president a few years ago.
Very, very true. But once the check mark hits, though, I mean, feeling pretty confident at that point.
I know if I voted for Trump, I wouldn't be telling anybody. So
right.
That's why I don't believe exit polls.
Fair enough, right? It's like, why would I tell you?
Oh yeah, I told my wife I was going to vote for Trump and never tell a single soul, but I didn't. I voted for Johnson. I promise. I'm in Massachusetts.
You got gutless. You didn't go with your dick.
I told you on Nerd and the Jerk that I was leaving the Republican Party, and I sort of did. Although I went down ticket Republican except for Gary Johnson.
Now, you did say you were leaving. That's true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
I wasn't voting for Hillary.
It's been we have brought back Nerd and the Jerk. I don't know if you've caught any of the recent episodes. We got.
Oh yeah, I keep up. You guys gonna have me as a guest to rip it up or what?
Oh, absolutely. Mainly because it's mainly like Nerd and the Nerd with Jake Link. I mean, neither one of us are. He's a jerk, but I mean, like we're both pretty nerdy, so.
Well, we'll have him swing. I'll bring Bango on, and we'll do Nerd, Jerk, Jerk. Nerd,
oh, there you go. That's right.
Nerd. I think we called that Nerd Off Jerk Off or
Nerd Off Jerk Off. That's right. We've had some good guests. We had a Rocky Horror night, which was a lot of fun. We had some Rocky Horror veterans.
Yeah, that's gay.
Yeah, it was pretty gay, but it was a lot of fun. I will say that. And we had a satanic, he actual priest in the Church of Satan, and he's also a pornographic cinematographer. We had him on. That was an experience. Him and his wife. That was quite an experience.
Well, you know me. I don't like guests. I don't like other.
I know.
On mine.
Jake likes guests, and I try. You know, I always try to keep my co-host happy. I'm a giver.
Yeah, Jake's a funny dude. He's doing a good job. I miss. I'm not gonna lie. I get the itch from time to time, especially with my broadcasting partner Bango. But I'm happily retired most of the time. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, let me know if you ever get something that seems good for multiple voices. Let me know. I'll hop on. I'll help
Absolutely. Love to have you on again, man. I miss you. I miss working with you. You're one of my oldest friends in podcasting, man. I mean, right when I started, I met you.
Now, let's talk about this Tommy C, right?
Yes, let's talk. What about Tommy C?
Tommy C blowing the fuck up, and you know I've been a fan of Tommy C for what, going back 8 years or something when we first met, and
like 5 years.
Doing the old radio wars back before you guys were on even on YouTube. You know, doing This Guy's Take on It and Fat Boy on a Couch or whatever the fuck your shows were called.
Yes, all my creative names. Yes.
They're great names. You've done much better since I started naming shows for the old network. But so Tommy C's blowing up, but it's all on. I can't get into it. It's just like I try to follow wrestling just so I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Sure.
I try to follow YouTube drama and I want to puke.
It's
Tommy C's into is like tell me he doesn't want to puke. Like he's doing great. He's probably close to making a living, but fuck, is this shit annoying? This is worse than high school.
See, he just laughs at it. That's how Tommy can deal with it. He's not emotionally invested in it because he's Tommy fucking C. So he's like the perfect guy to get heavily into it. Me, I've started going on over there with him full time again. I stopped doing the hockey stuff on the channel mainly because that was work. When I had to do hockey, I had to study. I'm doing so much with my channel with this channel, right? Yeah, I'm doing so much with this channel that I don't have time for that anymore. So I'm like, oh, well, fuck it, man. Let's go rip it up and have some fun, grip it and rip it, and talk about some drama. It's been working out pretty well so far.
Let's go talk about stupid shit YouTubers say. That's amazing. Tell Tommy C I said hi. I miss Tommy. He's the talent for sure. But has Tommy been on this show?
Yeah, he's been here.
No, I mean, has he been on the political show? I need that
no,
he
was going to do his own tonight. We were going to compete. We were going to compete a little bit. But he could not because he lives in a new apartment complex that has very, very well. Germany has very strict noise law rules as it is. I'm very fortunate where I live. That's not really a factor. But he just moved to a new apartment where he is getting banged on from below and above. And so he could not go on tonight, unfortunately.
Nah. Well, you guys shouldn't compete anyway. That's not nice. He's got way more subscribers.
I agree, but hey, he wanted to go on. I already had my link set, so I had it on first. He just decided to go on. So there's nothing I could do. I told him it was fine with me, so didn't matter.
Well, man, I'll probably call back in later when there's more substantial results to say hi again and to talk about them, but I don't want to hold up your show. It's good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon.
All right, buddy. Great hearing from you. Take it easy, pal.
All right, buddy. Later.
Take it easy. Jim P. This is my good friend, man. I love Jim P. If you don't know Jim P., Soul Crushing Radio was a big thing. It was a thing. It was a big thing for me. It was one of my big influences when I first started podcasting. Really good friend of this channel. Really good friend of mine personally. I love the guy, and I'm so glad that he called in tonight. A lot of fun. Very much smarter than I. Let's get a new update on the presidential stuff. All right, here we go. We got some new shit happening. The official new count that I'm looking at is 60 electoral votes for Trump, 44 for Clinton, and the states are shaking out like this. Alabama is officially won for Trump, 63 to 36, now 69 to 30 now, so that's still moving, but Alabama's already a check mark for Trump. I don't know, that's odd to me, but whatevs. Connecticut is a clear cut right now for Clinton, but it's still very early, 67-29. Delaware and D.C. are winners for Delaware, for Clinton. Delaware, oh, what the hell? That's weird. They must have these numbers backwards because they're saying Delaware is 55-41 for Trump, but Delaware is 1 for Clinton. That's odd. Shenanigans. Florida is coming down to the wire here, 49-48 for Trump. Georgia is being dominated by Trump, 71-27%. Illinois, 53-42 for Hillary. Indiana won by Trump, 62-33. Kansas being beaten up by Trump, 69-25. Still very early there. Kentucky won by Trump, 62-34. Maine, with like no votes counted so far, there's 2 votes counted in Maine, and they're both for Donald Trump. That's what this site says. Very funny. Maryland, Massachusetts won for Hillary. Maryland in a fucking just landslide, 82-16. Massachusetts 55-38 for Hillary. Michigan 51-44 for Hillary right now. A little bit of a surprise. A lot of people were talking. Well, it's not historically. It's not. But a lot of people were thinking Trump was actually really making some big grounds in Michigan, and that does not seem to be the case. Still very early, though. Mississippi, 58-41 Hillary. Missouri, 60-37 Trump. New Hampshire, 53-42 Hillary. New Jersey, once again, they got the numbers flipped. I believe it's 60-37 for Hillary. I think they got the numbers flipped here. North Kakalaki, 51-47 in favor of Hillary. Ohio, 51-45 for Hillary, but still very early there as well. Oklahoma won by Trump, 63-33. Pennsylvania, 82-16 for Hillary. Good job, Pittsburgh, boys. Seems to be all your campaigning ain't really helping Trump there. Holy shit. Rhode Island, 52-43 for Miss Clinton. South Carolina won by Trump, 57-40. Tennessee, 72-25 in favor of the Trumpster. Texas is now a small margin of victory, or lead, I should say, for Trump. It's 48-48, but Trump has a small lead in votes there. Vermont won by Hillary, 55-38. Virginia leading for Trump, 51-44. And West Virginia, 61-34. Victory for Donald. Like I said, the official numbers that I'm seeing right now, 60-44 in favor of Donald Trump. This is getting crazy, man. We're seeing all kinds of crazy shit. Campbell Computing is saying Fox is reporting 76-68 for Trump. That's interesting. This is getting fucking crazy here, people. Everybody is talking about voter fraud. There's shenanigans being reported. It's nuts. Apparently Hillary Clinton's having a little bit of party right now in her headquarters. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening there. This is live. Oh, look at her. Drop it down real low. That's interesting. That's really interesting. With the current lead right now for Trump, Trump's feeling pretty good. Let's see let's check in over at Trump headquarters. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was a meeting between Hillary and Trump a little bit earlier today. They seem pretty happy. That's good. Let's see what Trump headquarters is looking at right now with the early lead for Mr. Trump. Yeah, look, he's doing pretty happy. Pretty happy. Things are going well for him. That's good. That's good. So pretty crazy stuff so far, man. It is 2:37 in the morning here in Germany, and we are doing all kinds of good stuff here. We are taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, and of course the number 702-751-2902. We're talking about everything that's going on with the Electione. We're having a good time. We're bringing people in. We're getting your opinions, what you think is happening. I'm giving my opinions, but of course I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude who was in the military, was having a really good time talking about this cluster fuck of an election. Oh my God. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world. That's what I'm drinking to. There's been all these reports of how we were going to have massive internet outings all over the world. Has not happened. The big DDoS attack that everyone was talking about has not happened yet. Interesting. Was it all bullshit? I don't know. But it hasn't happened yet. I hope you guys are having a good time so far. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. Talked about it a little bit earlier. We will be doing a big giveaway when we hit 5,000 subs, man. 5,000 subs. We're going to give away a $50 PlayStation Network gift card. That's right, $50 as a big thank you to you for supporting the channel the way you do. If you want to donate to the channel now, you can do so in the description box. You'll see the link for it. You can also become a patron on Patreon, and it's good stuff. Everybody who's supported this channel while I was eating the Carolina Reaper chili peppers, you guys donated a lot of money to this channel, allowed me to get a PlayStation 4. I really do appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to give away a $50 PlayStation Network gift card for you guys when we hit 5,000 subs. And if you want to call in, all the information is right here. There we go. There's the information. It's right there on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And of course, number 702-751-2902. Also follow me on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV. Oh, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Oh, this is getting nuts. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Irish Bastard says BBC is reporting 68 to 66 in favor of Hillary. Ginger Dude, yeah, true, 68-66. Carl Gibney, PA sporting Hillary and Penn's losing. I bet you're having fun, Pitt. Good stuff. Irish Bastard was a shooting in call at police station. Or Cali, excuse me, at police station. Ooh, that's not good. Tambo Computing, Trump is leading in Texas again by a small margin. That's good stuff. Fake ass twat, who's winning? Depends on who you ask. I've been sticking with this site. I think they're a little bit behind. I'm going to try to find another little election results to try and find something that's a little bit faster. Let's see, 2016 election results. Let's get some updated results. I want to see the results. I want to see the results. All right, come on. Give me something to believe in. Yeah. All right. Another one is showing the exact same numbers there. I'm not sure if this is the most updated thing. It seems to be fairly accurate. I'm not sure if other people are reporting things that are just speculated. I have no idea. So we're just going to continue to take a look at the numbers the way that they are rolling in. Because who knows? Who knows? Who really knows anything, really? So hopefully everybody's having a good time here. I do appreciate you guys being active in the chat and calling in and all kinds of good stuff. Let's see Aeon here, my good friend Aeon. She sent me a good site. Let's see. Yeah, you sent me the one that I'm using, Aeon. You sent me the exact one that I'm using. I appreciate that. Feel free to call in, guys. Aeon, I know you called in a little bit earlier. Make sure you call in. Dan Flynn, you can call in as well. Anybody who wants to call in, get your asses in here. Tell me what you guys are thinking about. Are you terrified because one candidate is taking over from the other? Who do you want to win? I want to hear from you. Add me on the Skype at Dead on Dave V, and I will get you in here, okay? And we will talk. Let me add a couple of these people that I am seeing so we can get them on. I want to get them on, okay. So, good stuff here. Robo87, the voting system needs to be changed. It's like tennis. You can win a lot more sets, but still lose the match. There you go. Let's take a caller here. Here's a new caller. I am K. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Yeah, I'm Canadian.
All right, there you go.
And I guess like it's kind of like entertaining that I am speculating from here.
Okay.
And in my opinion, kind of would go a little bit more for Trump, and both are kind of meh, but
yeah, I would say
yeah,
so.
I'd go more for Trump. But Trump is pretty much better off.
Well, I don't know if Trump is presidential, but like I said, I've said this throughout the show. I'll say it again. Hashtag herpes over Hillary. I take herpes over Hillary, man. I can't deal with it.
I agree.
All right, okay.
It's just like she's questionable.
Yeah, at best. The best you could say she's questionable. Kay, I appreciate the call. You enjoy your little sanctuary up there in the frozen north. Thanks for supporting the channel.
And
I
also,
appreciate it.
All right.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Oh, well, shit. I was letting him finish. It is Dr. Ion. What's going on there, Dolly?
Nothing much. I'm just having fun watching Florida have a schizophrenic moment. I've never seen it. Does Florida usually flip around this much when it comes to which candidate they support?
I think early in the exit polls, yeah. It ends up being more decisive. Right now, I'm seeing Florida in favor of Trump, 49-48. But he's starting to widen a little bit. He's got 100,000 votes on her now.
Yeah, I like the part. I liked how originally, when he was leading, he had I think about like 28 above.
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Florida is just going crazy. I also was very surprised when Texas first popped up on the polls that it was leaning more toward Clinton.
Well, it's so close still. He's starting to open up a little bit. He is opening up a little bit on her.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's a good thing. I don't like either candidate, to be honest.
No, but you know what? It's got to be one of them, unfortunately. And I'm telling you, I might vote Hitler over Hillary. I think she's the worst thing. Because look, don't get me wrong. Hitler is one of the worst historical figures in I live in Germany. I know how bad he was. But I think Hillary could finish what he started. Hillary gets in office, man, and it's gonna be perpetual fucking war. Perpetual war. She's inept. She can't function. You know.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, sorry. What I was gonna say was that I originally was with Clinton, but like my father did a whole bunch of classified missions and handled documents for the military during the Vietnam War. And the fact that she just fucked around with classified information, and you mentioned earlier about how very specific the military is to where you have this USB classified has to go into a classified computer. If you put in the wrong one, you get caught. You're gone immediately.
You're done. You go to
the fact
jail.
That she's still after all of these like classified emails have been leaked and everything is just astounding.
By the way, cheers to your father for his service. I just wanted to go ahead and
thank you.
Put that out there. Let me ask you a question because people know you from Tommy C's channel. You do love phones with Tommy. Now I'm on there as well. I'm your helpful nurse.
Yep.
I don't know if you've been here since the beginning of the show, but we talked about something earlier with another caller. I believe she was female. I believe it was Miss Sparksy, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it was Sparks. I've been here since the start. It was with Sparks.
Yeah, I wanted to get your take on that because that was just something that I kind of just started shooting out of my ass a little bit. Do you think that the women voting are not going as full force for Hillary because of all of the infidelity and flat out rape allegations with her husband? Do you think that women have lost respect for Hillary because of her relationship with Mr. fucking Gigolo himself, Bill fucking
yeah, Clinton sure did have a good time when he was in office.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, to be perfectly honest, because on the one hand, there are women that I know who support Hillary in that regard, because it is difficult to keep a marriage going after, especially since Mr. Clinton has obviously had many horrible, like multitudes of affairs, and the fact that Hillary's stuck with him. Some people think she's a fucking idiot, and some people think she's really committed to the marriage and to the commitment. And then there's also
they
people
don't seem like a loving marriage, though.
Yeah. And then there's those who say she stayed married in order to just keep a political standpoint, because she is the wife of a president that's going to give her some leeway in some regards.
Yeah. It feels like a Game of Thrones marriage most of the time. It does not seem like there's any love or affection. And look, I'm just speaking from the outside. When they're together, it does not seem like there is any love between them. It just doesn't. It seems like a very cold, empty show.
I've been getting those vibes too. So it's like, fuck, when the hell was Clinton president? Like in the 90s?
In the 90s, yeah.
I know he was president when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid too when it happened. But you got to remember, there's infidelity issues and flat out rape allegations going on against Bill since the 70s.
Honestly, the Clinton family is just like a train wreck when it comes to rumor and legal issues. There's the rape allegations on Bill's end. There's the emails on Hillary's end. That family is like a fucking mess, in all honesty, when you really look at it.
It is. But hey, at least their daughter survived.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Chelsea's done okay. Chelsea's done okay.
Then again, if you bring up Trump's family, that's an entire different story with that weird comment of if my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. That was just so awkward.
It's pretty awkward, but I don't think it's as creepy as some people made it out to be.
I don't think so either, honesty.
Because who wouldn't want to hook up with Ivanka Trump? I mean, she's gorgeous. She's successful. She seems very intelligent. Who wouldn't want to be with her? If you're not related, and he says, it's not like he said, I want to have sex with my daughter. He doesn't say that. He says, if I was not with her, I would find her as a desirable mate. What's wrong with that? But everything.
I personally don't really think there is, but I can see why people thought that comment was really creepy, because it is coming from Trump.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, if Hulk Hogan can get all kinds of shit for putting massage oil on his daughter in a creepy manner, I guess everybody's fair game at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
So how are you enjoying your election evening? I'd like to take me through what you're doing to get through. I'd like to know. I want to, step by step. Do we have some sweet jazz on in the background? Do you have your feet up? Do you have a massage boy somewhere making sure your feet are at that right level of just pure fluffy massagey goodness? How are you getting through?
I'm honestly just sitting and watching the same website you're using to watch it. I'm listening to you. I'm just sitting here going, some of these states are having like strokes. There's some states that obviously, like West Virginia obviously was going to go to Trump. I knew that because I live in West Virginia. And Clinton made like a mistake of making an off comment about the coal mines, and you don't fucking talk about losing jobs with coal mines in West Virginia. It pisses off everyone.
Yes. Well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. No, I don't have any fancy massage boys. I'm not drinking beer out of a wine glass like you are.
This is a beer glass, actually. I know it looks like a wine glass. It does not look like a beer
glass to me. It really doesn't.
But it is actually, wine glasses have a more flared out top. This one has a convex top. It is actually a beer glass. I got it from a beer store. It is a beer glass. Yes, beer stores exist here in Germany. It is a beer.
Hell do I know?
I'm just saying. I'm going to trust the Germans. The Germans said it's a beer glass. I bought it in a box of beer. It's a beer glass.
Yeah, you cannot debate the Germans when it comes to their beer. It's Germany.
It's pretty baller though, right? It looks fucking like baller as shit.
I like it. Although I still prefer like the classic beer glass.
Yeah, I do too. I got a Stein, I got a mug around here, but I don't know. On election night, I just kind of feel like holding it all fancy and drinking my medicinal
It is a
soda.
very classic glass, I must say.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, it is. I'm getting through. This is how I'm getting through. Is talking to all you guys and having fun with this thing. Because if I wasn't having fun with it, I don't know if I can get through it. This is just awful.
I feel like this is honestly like probably I personally right now kind of feeling like this is like a pinnacle moment in history because we have two different paths we could take. We could go with the thief, or I kind of think Trump's an idiot, but honestly, I'm starting to think Trump, at least as you keep saying, like he's going to surround himself with people who aren't stupid.
Exactly.
I mean, he's managed to stay in business for this long.
Look,
and I know,
the
like
reality is, I know that
United
four. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I was just saying, like, I know, because I'm just basically repeating what you said earlier in the show, which was you can say, like, he's a successful business owner, but at the same time, running a business is kind of not the same as running a country.
Well, in some essence, yes and no. I mean, in some essence, it's very...
In some aspects, but in others. And then also there's people who like, I don't want business, man. No, fuck corporations.
Right. The interesting thing about that discussion is people like to point, well, what about them 4 businesses that went bankrupt? Yes. Donald Trump has gone, 4 of his businesses has gone bankrupt. But do you know how many successful, profitable businesses are attributed to the Donald Trump name? 563.
Damn, that's more than I actually thought.
Yeah. Look, the guy has more wins than losses, and they're not all because he's a brilliant businessman. He is, but he knows how to surround himself with winners. And I believe that's what he'll do in the political landscape. I do not believe he'll be running the country because God help us if that was the case. But I do think that if he has the role of calling out people and being combative and not allowing the liberal fucking agenda to strangle this country to death, I think the people around him will do a good job of restabilizing this country, which, by the way, is nowhere near as bad as people like to fucking say. I know America isn't the beacon of hope that it once was. I understand that it has been sullied in some ways, and there's a lot of people who are unhappy. But you know what? There's also a lot of people who are very content. There's a lot of people who are very happy with their lives here in America, but they're silent. You know why? Because fucking goddamn happy people don't need to talk about it. That's fucking why. It's only the miserable sons of bitches that have something to say. But you know why? Because they're fucking miserable. And misery loves company.
Yeah, that's very true. And, sorry, I'm double checking the polls now.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I'm really curious to see how Florida's going to finish up. Do you know how many votes are left to get put in? Because last I heard, they had like 65% of the votes in.
Yeah, right now for Trump. Oh, you in which state? In Florida?
Florida. Yeah, Florida's the one I'm most curious about because that one has been swinging back and forth all day. It's like
Florida's a biggie. Let's see here. No, I don't see how much of the percentage has been in on these guys. Unfortunately, I'm hearing anywhere between 70 and 89%. Nobody seems to have a good number on it, but so that's fairly high. That's a big number. I know we're closing in, or we may have already surpassed 10 million voters in Florida, which is a big number. That could close any moment. It could be finished. We have no idea. But Trump he's up almost 150,000 votes at this point. It's starting to look a little bit better for him. About 100 and some change, 115. Not too bad. That could easily go back the other way. Because like you said, it's been swinging all day.
Yeah, and it looks like Trump right now with electoral votes is at 66 versus Hillary at 48.
Yeah, Casey McLaughlin in the chat says 92% is in on the Florida ballots, and it's 49-48 Trump. Wow.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I want to see what Florida's final number is because it's been swinging for like what the past 2 hours.
Easily, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm most curious about. I think Texas is finally settling on. Trump right now. Those are the two I'm kind of watching, because the other state I'm really curious to see is Arizona, because that's my home state. I know it has like 11 electoral votes, but I'm really curious to see where my home state goes.
Sure. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's actually that's an interesting story for a lot of reasons. You would feel with all the immigration issues that face Arizona that it's a Trump state, but who knows at this point?
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm also kind of wondering, is because like I grew up like really close. I also lived toward the border for quite a while as well. Yeah. And I know how like pissed off a lot of people will get about the immigration.
I know. I mean, I spent most of my life, half my life, I lived in the Southwest. I know exactly what you're talking about. I lived in Arizona for a while too. I lived in Prescott Valley. I don't know if you know Humboldt. I don't know if you know any of those areas.
I know. I actually grew up in Prescott, and then I lived in Tucson for a while.
You grew up in Prescott. I lived in Prescott for almost a year.
Nice. I lived there for, I'd probably say 6 or 7 years, and then I lived in Paulden for a while as well, which is about like a 2-hour drive from Prescott. Paulden is terrible. Never go to Paulden. It's
a small world after all.
Indeedy.
What years did you live there by chance? I wonder if we were there at the same time.
Let's see. I was in Cottonwood in 1990, and then we moved to Prescott around. I lived in Vegas until I was, I think, like 10.
You lived in Vegas?
Yeah, I lived in Vegas too. So that's like that's
you know,
really like real talk, because like I lived in Vegas a little bit too.
And you know, I lived in Vegas for almost a decade.
Damn, you win. I lived in Vegas for I think like 3 years, and then we moved back to Arizona. But I'd go to Vegas at least like 3 to 4 times a year growing up, because my grandparents loved going to the Tropicana and the slot machines.
Oh, the old Trop. Yeah, cheap casino, but it worked. Did the job.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm trying to think when I lived in Arizona, because I've moved 28 times. I honestly can't keep track.
Holy God, that's more than me.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad did.
And I was in the military.
Yeah. My dad was retired Special Forces with the Army, and he had PTSD, and he had this paranoia that if he stayed in one spot, something bad was going to happen. So we were always like switching houses or moving states or cities.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's a very hard way to live.
You know, I don't mind it too much, because I saw a lot of the country. I saw a lot of the Southwest. I've seen like a lot of really cool met a lot of cool people, seen a lot of cool scenery. I've lived on the West Coast. I lived on the East Coast. I haven't really been in like the middle of the state. I did live in Indiana for like 3 months at one point.
No, you
that's
didn't.
kind of more.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I lived in Bloomingdale, I think.
My dad's from Indiana. I spent a lot of my childhood in Indiana, Brown County, Indiana. Unbelievable.
Damn. Did you live in Idaho too at one point?
No, never been to Idaho. I've eaten a few potatoes.
In Idaho, so
I've had a few potatoes from Idaho, but that's about it. So.
That wasn't a potato from Idaho. That was like the first thing I did when I got to Idaho was I ate a potato.
There you go.
Because I'm that lame.
Oh, there you go. There you have it. I think I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, if you've been talking to me for about, like, 17 minutes, do you want to take another call?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a couple other callers.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring you back in a little while.
Here at the same time, we got. I mean, I bet you have a bunch of people calling in.
Yeah, I've got to keep it flowing in and out.
Yeah, and it's been about. I'm looking at the Skype thing. It's been about 17 minutes, so I can always call back a little bit later.
It's been a very enjoyable 17 minutes.
We're talking about the election at this point. We're talking about growing up in the Southwest.
Which, you know what? Hey, I've been on for a few hours now. Shit, I got to talk about stuff. So, but yeah, I'll take a call a little bit later on. I appreciate. Thank you. Great call, and thank you for keeping company.
Welcome. I'll call back in a little bit.
Sweet. Talk to you then. All righty. Let's get an update on the presidential election. Clinton has now taken the lead in electoral votes, 68 to 66. Let's look at it. Alabama is Trump. I'm not going to give the percentages anymore on victories. Alabama is Trump. Arkansas is being won by Trump right now, 58-37. He's leading. Connecticut is being led by Clinton, 59-37. Delaware and D.C. won by Clinton. Florida still being won by Trump at the moment, but it's getting tighter. Georgia also being won by Trump, 63-35. Illinois stomped out by Clinton, 71% there. Indiana won by Trump. Kansas is being led by Clinton, 52-42. Kentucky won by Trump. Maine, 55-38 in favor of Clinton. Maryland and Massachusetts by Clinton. Michigan leading. Hillary is leading in Michigan, 49-46. Mississippi, 47-51. But no, that's backwards. It's saying it's a Trump win, but the numbers are backwards. Trump won Mississippi. Missouri is being led by Clinton, 52-44. Nebraska won by Trump. Numbers not available yet. New Hampshire is being led by Clinton. New Jersey won by Clinton. New York won by Clinton. Not a surprise. North Carolina has now flipped back to Clinton, but we are talking by a matter of 6,000 votes at this point. 49-49, basically a damn deadlock. North Dakota won by Trump. Ohio also back to a deadlock. Trump is leading Ohio by about 1,000 votes. Very close. Oklahoma won by Trump. Pennsylvania led by Clinton, 66-30. Rhode Island won by Clinton, 55%. South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee all won by Trump, as well as Texas officially won by Trump, according to this, 50-46. Trump wins Texas. Holy shit. Vermont won by Clinton. Virginia being led by Trump. West Virginia won by Trump, and as well as Wyoming. Numbers not available there. So the official new numbers are 122 electoral votes for Donald Trump to 97 for Clinton. This shit is getting real. Let's get brought in by the Trump aficionado himself. It's Pittsburgh boy. Holy God.
But this election has got me nervous now.
Whew, this shit is bananas. BANANAS.
This is the most insane election I have seen. Just how much things have moved back and forth.
This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. As I was reading the reports, the big thing happened with Texas. That's huge. Trump, or as Trump would say, that's huge. It's huge. Trump now up one. So he needs 147 more electoral votes. Shit's getting real now, kids.
But there's no way he's going to win Pennsylvania. Clinton's got that one.
Yeah, what happened? What happened there? Jesus.
The voting machines.
Oh, could be. Who fucking knows? Christmas Thorn, who is won Missouri? Currently, right now, Missouri is still undecided. Clinton is up 52-44%.
What do you think the likelihood of Trump coming back and winning North Carolina is?
Let's see where it's at right now. North Kakalaki it's deadlocked. I mean, we're talking a 6,000 vote difference. Oh, excuse me. Updated. Trump has retaken the lead in North Carolina by 1,000 votes. Holy shit. That's going to be a very close state. Probably going to be down to the wire. Right now, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip.
Let's see here. What does Ohio look like?
By the way, Ohio has flipped back to Trump. Trump now owns a 50,000 vote lead in Ohio. 49-47 Trump in Ohio. This is fucking drama. This is high octane drama at this point. My God, the Texas victory is huge. It probably shouldn't have been as close as it was. You know, Trump ends up with a 4% margin of victory, fairly large there. I mean, it should be undisputed, over 200,000 votes. Hopefully that won't come back in some other way. But that's huge. Gives him some leeway. Ohio is a big one. He's widening in Ohio. Florida's still very, very, very important. More important now because of how close things are getting everywhere else. We got to see something happen, and he is starting to pull away a little bit more. He's got about 150,000 vote lead in Florida. This shit is crazy, Pitt.
So if he were to win Ohio and Florida, you think he's pretty much got in the bag?
If he wins Ohio and Florida, now that he won Texas, it's pretty likely. It's pretty likely. We keep going back and forth here, man. There was a time not all that long ago where it looked like Hillary was starting to stomp him out, and now shit has gone back. This is absolutely crazy. A lot of fun. This is nuts. I'm shocked at how this is going. Way more. It's going so much better than I anticipated. I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself as well.
I was expecting Clinton to dominate him in this.
There was never going to be a domination. I don't think. I never felt it was going. It probably should have been. But no, I never thought it would be, because she's repugnant. Once again, hashtag herpes before Clinton. Hashtag herpes before Clinton. Probably something she's heard before. There you go. What else you got, Pitt? You're dead weight here, buddy.
That's all I got, man.
All right. Take it easy, buddy. Apparently there's something going on in the chat. Patient Mindy is having an absolute conniption. I guess she got timed out for her opinions. I didn't do it. One of my mods did. You probably did something to piss somebody off. It is what it is. By the way, look, this is people. Everyone has the right to their opinions. Everybody has the right to speak out however they want. However, don't forget, this, unlike the election, is not a democracy. My mods have free will to get rid of anybody they feel is being a dickhole. So if you get timed out, just think about your life choices and move the hell on. Very simple, not a big deal. But this is not a democracy. It's a Dave-tatorship. Never forget, this is the land of Dave. It's Dead on Dave Productions, man. This is an absolute Dave-tatorship. Don't forget it, all right? But this has been an absolutely fun time so far, man. I'm really enjoying it. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you've yet to do so. We're taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, D-A-V-I-D. Let's V-A-N-C-U-R-A. Let's take another call. Nathan Graves, he's back. What's going on, Mr. Nathan?
Hey, I've been looking at the polls for both my state and nationally, and I'm actually really shocked at how much ballot splitting there is. I just wanted to mention that.
There is a lot. You're right. You're right. Oh, by the way, we've had a nice little sub jump so far tonight. Thank you, everybody who has subbed tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. 30 subs tonight. Not bad. Thank you, guys. Appreciate. Keep them subs coming if you like what you're seeing. This is mainly a sports, wrestling, and pop culture channel, but we do cover big events in the world like the election. How could you not cover the election? So we're here for that. And we'll be also live for UFC 205 on Saturday as well, because I love the MMA. What else you got for me, Nathaniel?
I've been thinking, like, looking at the electoral vote and the popular vote, and it looks like if Clinton can eke out Washington, Oregon, well, she's not going to eke them out. She's going to win them. I don't know. But if she can get, like, Nevada, and depending on how Utah goes because of the issue with third parties there, do you think that she could maybe get the electoral vote without the popular vote this year around?
Yeah, I think that might actually happen. This seems like one of those things, but here's the deal. With Texas going to Trump and the likelihood with how close both Florida and Ohio are, it seems likely if Trump wins all three, he's won Texas, and if he wins Florida and Ohio, and he's able to find a way to pull out, especially if he's able to find a way to pull out North Carolina, which he's also leading right now, it's game, set, and match. He's going to win the electoral. I mean, he is. It's going to be very hard for her to overcome that. And that right now, he's widening in Ohio. He's taken a very big lead. Over 200,000 votes. He's up 51 to 45% in Ohio. In Florida, he's taken his lead is widening there as well. He's got about a 200,000 vote lead in Florida. North Carolina, he's made a nice comeback there. 49-49, but he's got about a 13,000 vote lead there. This is getting crazy.
Do you have any like? I probably haven't done national polling, but have you seen anything where it might show like the total of votes so far? Because
No,
looking
I
from
haven't
county to
seen that
county,
yet. Yeah.
it's pretty. Like there's a Monroe County in Pennsylvania's Libertarian Gary Johnson's winning 50%.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, how much does that
Yeah,
matter,
true.
really? You know, Gary Johnson might get a couple of small little victories, which is nice for him, but he's not a threat. I mean, he never was, never will be. Third party, man, just it is.
Well, I wrote in none of the above, so it's.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I voted on.
You could have like named a dead guy or something. John Lennon. Go with a British dead person. That would have been great.
Yeah, mainly because I felt like all the lower ballot stuff was more important.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like my county is probably going to get a Democratic representative, even though Trump won. Missouri looks like it's going to get a Republican governor, even though it's going blue right now.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I would have never thought like my state was more competitive than it's usually been. Last year, I believe Romney won with 10 more points than Trump did.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Pittsburgh boy just gave the most obvious fucking thing in the world. I can't believe he actually wrote this to me. Don't know if you saw or not, but Clinton won New York. No fucking shit, Clinton won New York. Are you serious? She was senator. Of course she fucking won New York. What the hell's the matter with you? Oh God, Pittsburgh.
But yeah, to go back to the ballot splitting,
I want to shit on Pittsburgh more. It's fun. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
To go back to the ballot splitting, what do you think outside of the repugnance of both candidates? What might be some reasons behind this?
I think you just hit it. The fact that both are very undesirable. Gary Johnson, for whatever you want to say, I think he's a politician. He's fairly traditional as far as like being able trustworthy politician, if there is such a thing. He doesn't do anything crazy, which the other two clearly are doing. But he also has a nice little air of mystery about him because he hasn't been featured in any debates or anything like that. So people don't know him. So people are voting for him based off of either really researching him and realizing he's a candidate for them, or it's a hipster-like vote. Like, I'm going to vote Johnson because fuck these two. And I don't really know if there's much more thought behind it than that.
No, I think that's pretty true. Because, I mean, that's what... I'm not going to lie. I had the hipster vote idea at the beginning, and then I kind of researched like his tax plans and a lot of his foreign policy stuff, and I was kind of like, I'll just write in none of the above.
There you go. You got anything else for me?
No, that was just what kind of popped into my head at the second that I answered.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Good call again.
Thanks.
All right, take it easy. Awkward silence. That means he probably wanted to have sex with me. More than likely. Hey, look, I'm used to it. I can't help it. I am a sexy man. Right now, the current lead is Donald Trump 129 to Clinton's 97. Let's go live to Donald Trump headquarters just for a moment and see a little bit of the Trump mood and demeanor. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh, no. Once again, that's Trump and Hillary. They're hashing out some of their problems. Look, they're getting along so well. It's nice. But we do have some Trump reacting to his lead in the election right now. Yep, there he goes. There he is. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh boy, doesn't get old. Bear, Davey, you are an incredibly sexy man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pittsburgh boy, Michigan is swinging towards Trump. Interesting. Irish bastard. Trump kicking ass in New Mexico. I think New Mexico, I believe. Nam San, fuck this country. If you don't like it, leave it, you dirty, filthy whore. Wow, I don't know who he was talking to, but that's pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive. Joe Martin, how many electoral votes is that, Carl? I forgot. I have no idea who you're talking to on that one. But I appreciate the chat continuing to be crazy. Crazy. Nathan Graves, how'd you figure that out so fast, Dave? I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what you're referring to. Ah, Christ. Joe Martin, why am I taking your call again?
Dave, did you know that New York, majority of the time, is Democrat, and she's winning right now?
She was
did
the
you not know
senator
that?
of New York. She what the fuck?
I was being.
I know. I was.
I'm sorry.
I was
my phone
piling
dipped
on.
out on me. I didn't know if you were yelling at me or going along with it.
I was going along. I was piling on Pittsburgh because he's a fucking idiot.
My God, yeah. My friend goes 90% in New York, and I said, yeah, I didn't see that coming. Right. Open parentheses, sarcasm, close parentheses. I don't know, man. It's still gonna be close. I don't know about Florida yet because they're still counting votes in.
They are, but it's getting
won.
closer, man. It is getting closer, and Trump's almost got a good 150,000 vote lead as of right now, and almost all the votes have been tabulated in Florida, so he's got a chance of taking it. If he does take it, dude, that's a huge one.
Huge,
especially because he was able to win Texas when it looked like Hillary might pull that one out. North Carolina is it's widening a little bit for Trump. He's starting to pull ahead a little bit there. This is fucking nuts, dude. This is crazy.
Ohio, yeah. Listen, if he needs Ohio, I think really bad too. If he does win Florida, because Hillary's winning California, no doubt. That's
no
happening.
question. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Nevada, I think he might be able to switch Nevada. I hope Nevada votes for Trump.
He's got a chance. He's got a chance in Nevada. We'll see. But Ohio, and look, the reality is if he wins, he's got a 6-point lead right now in Ohio. If he wins Ohio and he wins Florida and he wins North Kakalaki,
game set.
I think it's over. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing for her. Because they're both swinging back and forth. If she's able to put her foot on his throat, if either one of them sweeps those three, it's over. It's over.
There's some big counties in Ohio though that I'm worried about that she might take. Because majority around Columbus and Cleveland, she's taken those counties, and there's a lot more bigger counties. Because he's not going in the city counties. He's going to, like, what's it called? Not the city counties, the other counties in the state.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting. I don't know. Those states. All right, Dave. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, take it easy,
Hopefully
Joe.
we can pull this out. Bye-bye.
We'll see, man. We'll see. This is getting crazy. We are seeing a lot of stuff. Remember, I am not a pro-Trump guy. I think that he might be able to do a good job because I do believe he'll bring in people that are smart around him. What I am is an anti-Hillary guy. Hashtag herpes before Hillary. All right? Just remember that. It's very, very important. Hashtag herpes before Hillary. Make sure you guys continue to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Roadland says, this election affects the whole world. As a Norwegian, I do not know who I want to win. You don't want Hillary, let me tell you. You don't want Hillary, don't want Hillary. Peyton Mindy apparently is getting very upset at some conversation she's having in the chat with somebody. All I can say is stop going back and forth with them. Who's ever fighting with her, please stop. I'll time you both out if I see it again, and that's how I'll settle it. If you guys don't like it, please upper hand right corner click. Upper right hand corner click. You don't have to be here. You don't need to be fighting openly within the channel. Or just, come on. You don't fight in fucking politics, ever. All right, it's Nam saying, hey, Nam, I'm going to put you on timeout, okay? You're going to think about your life choices, and as long as the other person doesn't fucking fire back, this is over. All right? Stop fighting, kids. Stop fighting with each other. Stop calling each other mean names. And mods, if you see it, continuing between those two, just put them on timeout, and hopefully that'll be enough to get them thinking about their fucking life choices. Joining me now is the smoothest Frenchman I know, my good buddy, the occasional co-host, and all-around smart motherfucker. It's Frenchie goddamn Ben. What's up, pal?
I'm doing good, Dave, and you?
I can't believe I'm still rather functioning.
Yeah, we're all kind of feeling the same and getting confused because most of the people, we don't want any of those two guys.
Nope.
And this year is a special year because we saw the Cubs win the World Series.
Right.
We saw Tommy C become a celebrity.
Right.
And now we're going to get Trump or Hillary.
Right.
There's something wrong.
There is something wrong. Well, you know what? Sometimes you can't have the whole Trinity come together. I mean, that might have been the third sign of the apocalypse if an actual good, credible candidate would have won. We don't have a credible candidate. I think Trump is more credible just by default than Hillary. Hillary is the worst candidate I've ever seen. She's a repugnant human fucking being. She can't manage her marriage. She can't manage emails. She can't do her fucking job on any level of politics. Why the fuck should we allow her to fail upwards? Why should she be allowed to continue to fail up? Jesus Christ.
Because some of the 1%, the powers that be, wants her there. So
yeah, I guess so. The lizard people, Ben? Are the lizard people?
No. But no, she's a good puppet. She listens. She wants to succeed or win. So maybe she doesn't do the job as you want her to do it. But I think she does what she wants to do.
Well, she can be bought. She can be bought. And I believe that. I believe she's, like you were just saying, she's a puppet. She can be controlled. Trump cannot be controlled. That's why he's dangerous. That's why he's a different candidate. He can't be controlled. Now, does that necessarily mean he's going to be a good president? No, it doesn't. But again, if he surrounds himself with the right people who are politically savvy, then this could work out just fine.
I think it's going to be, what do I know? I think it's going to be better with Trump because for me, with Trump, we have still hope in some aspects of politics, but with Hillary, it's more of the same.
Yeah, it's endgame. It just feels like inevitability of over.
You're going to see they're going to continue the destabilization of the Middle East and things like that. Maybe she's going to sell some arms to the Russians because she likes money,
Yeah, she does. It's unfortunate. It's a crazy situation, man. Look, just from a very superficial way of looking at things, look at their slogans. Look at what they ran on, their campaign slogans. I like stupid shit like that. If they had logos, I judge their logos. But they don't have logos. They have slogans. Let's look at their main slogans. Hillary is I'm with her. Egotistical, narcissistic, and all about her. Nothing more, just her, because that's all she can't see beyond the scope of herself. Which means she can't see beyond the choices that she can't understand. Yeah, that's a Matrix line, but go fuck. Now let's look at Trump's.
Make wait,
America. Go ahead.
That's what Bill said. Yeah, I'm with her.
Yeah,
he was saying that to every
I'm
woman.
Stuck with her. That's more like because she probably is the one girl, one person in the world who probably could put his ass in jail with all the shit she has on him. So he's stuck. But then you look at Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. There's no ego in that. There's no pride. There's pride in country, but there's nothing about him. I really do believe one thing about Donald Trump. He cares about the United States of America. And
yes,
if it's just because that's where his livelihood lies, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with realizing where you made your money, where you made your fame, where you made your fortune, and wanting to sustain that and make this country fantastic and viable for the next generation? That's pretty fucking amazing if you ask me. Now, I might be overthinking it a bit, but that's where I'd like to go with it. Once again, not saying Trump should win. What I am saying is #herpes before Hillary.
I agree. I completely agree. To me, there's hope if Trump's get elected that maybe Hillary will go to jail, and then that he will release the 28 pages of the 9/11 Commission report that are still redacted.
Yep.
So things like that.
We'll see. We'll see. That's all we can do is we can just hope that things get better. Hope that more transparency happens within politics. Look, I don't believe that politics needs to have 100% transparency. I am a firm believer that there are things that happen behind closed doors that mass amounts of people don't need to know about, mainly because most people can't handle it. Most people overreact to shit. And that's how fucking things get started over just a flapping of a butterfly's wings, because most people can't understand the way certain things are. I just don't believe that everything needs to be out in the open, because this is not an easy thing to do, run a country. It's hard to run my house. Could you imagine running a goddamn country and doing it on a stage? Like, look, a president has never had to fucking run a country on the stage that the last few's had to do, with Twitter, social media, the media fucking interfering at every goddamn turn. This is a hard time to be a public figure.
Yeah, because everything is in the open, and of course, there's no safe space for those people.
No, you don't use that trigger word. My safe space.
I have one for all the American women that wants to leave the country if Hillary gets elected. I have a safe space in my apartment.
Yeah, it's called your dungeon, your basement. You'll make sure that they're well fed. Put the lotion on the skin, or else she gets the hose again. You creepy son of a bitch, Frenchman. Put the lotion in the basket.
But I don't know. The thing is that you talked about public image and perception in a sense, and that election is all about that, because to me, Trump, almost everything is up front, and he's kind of pompous and maybe not narcissistic, but egotistical.
Sure, he's
and
got an ego. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He's made a lot of money. He's got an ego.
And Hillary, she's the type of person that tells you everything you want to hear. It sounds good, but we know that behind the doors, she does otherwise.
It's all bullshit. But that's the thing. She lies. When she speaks, the air comes out crooked. I mean, she blatantly looks at things and fucking lies. It's amazing. So, I mean, like, she might try to say the things that you want to hear, but they all end up being fucking fabrications. So how does that work? I don't know. I'm going to go through the update again. Ben, feel free to call back in a little while. The only reason why I'm going to get you up out of here for this is because this takes me a good 3 or 4 minutes to get through it, because it's a lot of talking, and I don't want to do that to you. So
have fun tonight. To me, everything is surreal, and let's hope for the best.
I know that it's the election, but I'm trying not to take it too seriously. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have fun with it. I'm trying to look at it from an aspect of entertainment, because that's what this is. This is entertaining to me, because it's going to get really ugly. So, all right, Ben, I appreciate it, buddy.
Okay. See ya.
Take it easy. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Let's look at the latest update, shall we? Latest update, 137 electoral votes for Trump, 104 for Clinton. The popular vote, I'll tell you right now, we do have numbers on the popular vote, and this is 22% reporting. Donald Trump is winning 50% of the popular vote with over 21.5 million votes. Hillary is at 46% of the popular vote with over 20 million. And then Gary Johnson's got 3%. Jill Stein, she's in there as well. And other candidates have a small little outpouring. So popular vote is being won by Donald fairly well, but we're only at 22%. Very long night to go. They're racing the 270. And let's look at the state races. Alabama was won by Trump. So was Arkansas. Colorado being contested right now. It is 49-44 in favor of Hillary. A little bit of a surprise in some because her weed stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Connecticut, Delaware, and D.C. all won by Hillary. Florida is now almost a 140,000 vote lead for Donald Trump, and that's getting close to being over there, folks. They're almost all the votes have been tabulated there, so we're getting really close. Trump might win Florida. Georgia, 37% to 60% in favor of the Donald. The Donald today in Georgia as well. He is winning there. Illinois won by Hillary. Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and Louisiana won by the Donald. Maine is being led by Hillary, 47 to 45. Maryland and Massachusetts won by Hillary. Michigan has now flipped back to the Donald, 49-46. Minnesota being won by Hillary, 49-43. Minnesota won by Trump. Missouri, led by Donald, he's opened up a 10% lead on Miss Clinton. Nebraska won by Trump. New Hampshire being led by Trump by a very slim margin, about 1,500 votes, 48 to 47. New Jersey won by Clinton. New Mexico is being won fairly handedly at the moment by Clinton, 50% to 39. New York dominated by Mrs. Clinton. North Carolina starting to widen a little bit, 60,000 vote lead for Trump, 49-48% there. North Dakota won by Trump. Ohio is getting bigger. Ohio is getting bigger. Donald is pulling away in the later stages, I should say, of Ohio, 52-44. That's huge. Huge. Oklahoma won by the Donald. Hillary is up in Pennsylvania, but it's getting a little bit closer, 56 to 40. So good for Pennsylvania people. Rhode Island won by Hillary. South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas all won by Donald Trump. Vermont won by Hillary. Virginia is now being led by Donald, 48 to 47. West Virginia and Wyoming won by Donald, and he's also leading in Wisconsin, 58 to 37. There is your full updates for the election. 137-104, Donald Trump is winning. Once again, popular vote, 49% to 47%. Hillary just jumped up a little bit there, getting within 1.3 million votes in the popular. So, interesting shit indeed. Let's see. I got a couple private messages here. Ian says this. Hey, this might be good site to look up in regards to tracking how many votes are left per state. I don't know how accurate the reported vote margin versus the estimated vote remaining sections are, but it at least will give you a good estimate on how many estimated votes have yet to be counted per state. She gives me a nice little thing. Right now, Florida is estimated to have around 250,000 votes uncounted and 9 million plus counted and reported. Sorry, I am spamming your Skype with this nonsense. LOL. Hope I don't mind. Ion, I don't mind you, baby. I don't mind you at all. Spam me anytime. In any essence of the word, I do mean that. Go ahead, you can spam all kinds of stuff in my thing, or you can just give me spam. I'm okay with either. I have no problems at all with either. Okay. Let's see. Let's open up that site that she gave me, and we'll see a little bit of interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Ooh, this is a forecast site. Pretty interesting. Something just happened in Florida, folks. I think Florida's done. Florida's done. Florida just jumped to 95% forecast of a victory for Donald Trump. So a lot of votes just got tabulated, and it looks like it could be it's all over in Florida. Trump just jumped to a huge margin of victory. This is crazy. This is nuts. We got all kinds of forecasts here. Pretty good stuff. This is a good little site. Thank you, Ion. I appreciate that. How great is she? Joe Martin, Dave, why don't you clip when you said that you love me? Because I hate you. Daniel Price, Trump is shit. Clinton is shit. The whole election cycle has been a damn circus. Yes. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Absolute circus. Road Warrior, hey, Dave, this election is ripping me apart out of nervous anticipation. Yes. Are you tingling with anticipation? Yeah. I know you are. It's okay. Are your nipples hard? My nipples are hard. Real Talk says, who is winning right now? Things are looking good for Trump. He's winning the popular vote at the moment by a decent margin. I mean, about 1.3 million. Doing a good job there. In the electoral vote, 137, 104. Trump is leading right now, and he's starting to pull away in some key states. This is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. Camilla Bisney, Dave, I want to play Rocket League with you. Well, no problem. Go ahead and check me out on the, the Steam. I believe my name is Dave Vegas 21 on Steam. It's Dave Vegas 21. So there you go. Add me on Steam and we'll play one day, I promise. Let's see here. Ion says, took me a half an hour to find the site. Glad it ended up being useful. 97% of Florida votes have been counted for so far. Yeah, looks like Florida might be done, kids. Old School Matt, Dave, do you eat Spam at all? No, I was just being funny. I don't eat that shit anymore. I did break the diet a little bit today. It was out of necessity, but I got a little... I probably had my worst diet. Well, no, because I didn't eat a whole lot else in the day. I just gorged a little bit tonight, which I usually don't do. But I did. I ate schnitzel, which I haven't done in a very long time. And the next time I'll probably eat anything bad is Thanksgiving. So there you go. But I felt good about being able to stick around 295 for like the past 10 days. I'm sticking there and my body's transforming and adjusting to this new weight. And then I'm going to go back and continue to lose more. So yeah, I don't know why I got there. Oh, because Spam. God, I'm fucking weird, huh? Pittsburgh boy, Dave, can you share the link you got sent in the chat? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. This is a really good link. This has got all kinds of great projections. You guys can check this out here. I'm putting it right in the chat. There you go. You can thank Ion for that. The good Dr. Ion, man. She's amazing. So there you go. Fake ass twat. You're so fucking random. I know. Oh, no, you were talking to Dickhole, old school. Daniel Price. Trump would shit his pants if he actually won. He would not have a fucking clue what to do or how to run the country. Clinton would just kiss more corporate asses. Here's the thing, Daniel. I don't think Donald needs to know how to run the country. If he runs it like he's run anything else in his career, he's going to bring in people who are smarter than him, who knows how to run the game. And I just farted, and it was quite enjoyable. And I'm okay with that. Get people in there that can run this country, that are smarter than you, and you just continue doing what got you elected in the first place. Not allowing the liberal fucking bullshit to pile up and take over this country. Continuing keeping freedom of expression and free speech paramount to the success and future cultivation of America. Without freedom of expression and freedom of speech, not here, of course, because this is a dictatorship. Don't forget it, fuckos. But in the scope of the real world, free speech, free expression is so damn important. And keeping other things in line. He's got great ideas. Legal immigration. Fantastic idea. There shouldn't be this mass influx of illegal immigration. Illegal immigration does nothing to help the country. Legal immigration is what built this country. You know, people who came to the country with something to give to the country. You know, that is what America was built on. And it can be again, with people coming into the country legally, not trying to harm the country, not trying to take from the country without giving back. Do you know, and I'm not sure if this is true anymore, but it was for a very long time, that all you need to draw welfare from the United States is a P.O. box. That's it. You can draw certain benefits from the welfare system through a P.O. box, and that is it, man. That's insane. You have to replenish what you take. You know, as they said in the amazing second episode of this season of Walking Dead, if you drink from the well, you got to replenish the well, plain and simple. Joe Martin, you're live at Dead on Dave. What you got?
Dave, first of all, Trump won Louisiana a second ago and Hillary won Connecticut.
Okay.
And second of all, quick, I forgot to get this thought off my chest real quick. I hate people that be like, oh, I don't like Trump because he's disrespectful to women. This is why I don't like him as a president. He's disrespectful. He's arrogant. He's a racist. What does this have to do with running a country? Hillary fucking sent classified emails. That has something to actually do with being a president, like classified stuff. I don't care if I know he's an asshole, but it's Donald Trump. I know he treats people with disrespect, but that shouldn't affect anything. That's what always pissed me off about how he dropped in polls right after that.
It's a weak statement. Look, he said some disgusting things about women. I'm not going to sit here and say it's regular locker room talk to talk about grabbing a woman by her pussy. That's a little extreme even for me, and you guys have heard me talk about letting Roman Reigns wear me as a fucking canoe. So, you know, I mean, this is the same guy who once said, I want to wear Lana as an oxygen mask. I've said some fucked up stuff, but even I thought running for president, you know, and I will never try. Look, I am where I am. I am in a fucking converted basement for a reason. That's because God knows, or Allah knows, or fucking Tom Cruise knows that if I'm given too much power, I'll abuse it. So I'm stuck in a basement because that is who I am. I cannot have power, and that's why I'll never run for president. So I can say fucked up things. Trump needs to look a little more presidential. Granted, that was a long time ago, but I can understand why some people were turned off by it. Completely fine. But that is not more important to me than the other candidate not being able to maintain a server, an email account. That is a deal breaker.
So you agree with me?
100%. I've been saying it all show. Have you not been here?
Well, I've been watching CNN. I kind of take my phone off.
Oh, stop watching CNN! Jesus Christ, Joe Martin, go here.
What are you watching? What are you watching?
I'm not watching anything. I'm reading independent sources, motherfucker.
You just. Oh, okay. Before I leave, how many times I wondered about this earlier today. How many times did you go back and watch the Cubs winning the World Series? Just out of curiosity.
You know, the funny thing, I've only watched the game the one time, but I have watched highlights probably about 15 times.
Oh, okay, Dave. All right. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Joe Martin, everybody. Annoying the balls off me as usual. All right, let's see if there's any updates here. I do not know if there are any updates. I'd like to see the updates. Can I get an update? BM in the PM. She does her BM in the PM. Now, number one, number two. The potpourri for you and me, yeah. She does her BM in the PM. Sorry. I'm probably going to get hit on a copyright on that now. I sang way too much of that song, and I sang it like the guy who sang it. Fuck. God, I hope Bob's Burgers doesn't hit me. Fuck. Anyway, I've been up a long time. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. It's 3:45 in the morning here in Germany as we continue to watch all of the things that are happening with this election. Let's bring in my good buddy, my good friend, Jeff the Huff Huffman, the human Adonis, that mound of muscle, that just stud muffin supreme. Jeffy, what's up there, baby cakes?
Oh, how's the insanity going?
Insane. It's going insane.
Yeah, Trump's got the lead right now, I see.
In both the popular and the electoral votes.
Oh, I believe he's winning the popular vote, no doubt.
Yeah, it looks like it.
No doubt. Right now he's got the lead in Missouri. I know that.
Missouri.
No.
Missouri.
No.
You're saying it wrong.
No. There is no imaginary A in the name Missouri.
Congratulations, Huffman. You've been triggered.
When am I not triggered?
That's true. Good point. Let's run through the current situation here. You ready? This is going to be fun. Trump wins Alabama. Arkansas goes to Alabama, goes to Trump as well. Colorado is being won by Clinton at the moment, 49 to 43%. Connecticut, Delaware.
Yeah, but how many of the votes are in?
I don't know the percentage, but they're over 1 million at this point, so who knows how much more. I got to look at that other site for that. Connecticut, Delaware, and D.C. all won by Clinton. Florida is getting a bigger lead by the moment. It looks like it is all but over in Florida. A 95% chance of a Trump victory in Florida. 49-48, but over. He's got a pretty decent lead on her. Got a pretty decent lead at this point, so we're talking.
This is going to be such a middle finger if he wins.
Oh,
it's going to be great.
How great. It will be great. I agree. Georgia is being destroyed by Trump, 58-39. Illinois won by Clinton. Indiana by Trump. Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, all won by Trump. Maine is being led by Clinton, 51-42. Maryland and Massachusetts, Massachusetts, won by Clinton. Michigan is being opened up more and more by Trump, 49-45. Minnesota, slight lead by Trump, 46-46, but he's got about 1,000 vote lead there. Mississippi won by Trump. Missouri is opening up further for Trump, 53-43. As expected. Nebraska has been won by Trump. New Hampshire, 48-47. Trump is back in the lead in New Hampshire. Holy shit, that is a crazy state. New Jersey won by Clinton. New Mexico, Clinton has all but won that. New York, obviously won by Clinton. Destroyed, as a matter of fact. North Kakalaki getting wider and wider for Mr. Trump. North Dakota won by Trump. Ohio, 53-43 Trump at the moment. Oklahoma won by Trump. Pennsylvania, 53-39 right now for Clinton. Rhode Island won by Clinton. South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas all won by Clinton. Vermont, 59-35, won by Clinton. I just said Vermont by Clinton. I'm sorry. 48-47, Virginia right now being led by Trump. West Virginia won by Trump. It's 48-47 Trump in Wisconsin, and Wyoming was also
Trump's got a pretty good lead in Ohio.
Yeah,
52-42.
Yeah, it's getting pretty big. So it's getting
correct me if I'm wrong. Ohio usually votes Democrat, right?
Yeah, Ohio's a big state. Not only because of that reason, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's a Tommy C question. I think it's true. Sounds true. If it is, then
Well, if it's coming from Tommy C, it's obviously true.
I think it's true. I believe. But what I can tell you, I know it's an unbelievably important state. It's one of those big ones. So, Ion in the chat says, why do you not like liberals? LO, maybe I should call in since I've always lean more toward the liberal stance. Let me specify. It's not that I have a problem with liberals. I have a problem with extreme liberals. I have a problem with any form of extremism. I have a problem with the extreme liberals who try to silence other people for having different opinions. I have problems with extreme liberals who try to take away the freedom of speech by using fear-mongering, victimization, and other tactics that are uncouth and unbecoming of a fucking civilized human being. I hate all forms of extremism. I feel balance is the most important thing in life, but liberal extremism might be the worst of them all. Granted, they're not cutting people's heads off, but they're cutting people's dicks off in a much more meaningful way, and I don't like that. So let's see. By the way, 97% of the votes still account in Florida. California is going to have, it looks, about 55 electoral votes. Do you think it's going to fluctuate as much as Florida has been? No, California is Hillary's. Scratched at 98% in Florida. Pennsylvania reported votes are about 17%. Okay, still a long way to go there. Forecast-wise, PA is leaning heavily toward Clinton at the moment. Minnesota is 4% reported, leaning toward Clinton forecast-wise. New Mexico at 39% accounted for. Forecast leaning towards Clinton, which isn't too surprising. New Mexico usually leans toward the Democrats. My stream is lagging, but yeah, I fucking hate the extremist people. Are such pansies nowadays. It's annoying. There you go. So now we're caught up on the Ion front. Jeffy, what's going on with you?
Oh, no, not much. Just got back from getting my ass kicked.
Yeah. Douche Maga?
That and wrestling. The wrestling is where I got my ass kicked.
Nice. You got to sprawl. Remember to sprawl. You want to sprawl.
Yeah. Got a nice little mark on my face.
I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice that will change your wrestling life. I wrestled in high school. I wrestled for a long time. And I mean actual wrestling, not professional wrestling. I did do professional wrestling camp for 2 weeks, but no, I actually wrestled in high school and stuff. And I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice. 1, be able to kick your legs out from behind you. It's called a sprawl technique. You want to be able to be very flexible and get your legs out from under you, but still stay in control. The other part, and it's so simple, but it's so very important. If you're able to control the dominant arm by the wrist and the back of the neck of your opponent, you have full control at all times.
I've noticed that.
It's very simple, but if you're able to do that, you can transition to any position in wrestling. It's so important, Jeffy. And if you can learn how to do that consistently, you can dominate anybody, no matter how big they are. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of the people are saying since I've been going up there, like once I get my feet wet.
Yep.
You'll
get there. I have faith in you, Jeff.
Because the conditioning is not an issue whatsoever.
Oh, no, you're a fucking Greek god.
I don't know about that. But...
You're an Adonis. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I did elbow somebody in the mouth tonight.
Nice!
Yeah, not really.
No, it probably wasn't. They probably didn't appreciate it.
No, they didn't. I didn't appreciate it either.
I'm sure. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to go. I'm starting to fucking... I'm burning out, Jeffy.
We're not going to know who's going to be president until like freaking February.
I'm going on over 3 hours now.
Are you really?
Yep. I went on at about 12:40 my time. It's now 4 o'clock in the morning almost. I think I can't sit much longer.
Nice. I thought Tommy was going to do this too.
Yeah, I did too. We were going to compete tonight, and I also thought I was going to get massive hits. I thought it was going to be insane, and it's not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'm having a really good time with the people who are here. They seem to be enjoying it. Everyone seems to be having a really good time, so that's awesome. I'm really, really happy for that. But yeah, Tommy was going to, and then he realized that he lives in a new apartment complex, and his upstairs and downstairs neighbors are hate fucking him because he's loud as fuck. And Germany has very strict...
they're gonna have to get used to that.
Germany has very strict noise laws at night. Very strict.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, really, really bad. Luckily, where I live, it's not a big deal. I live in a house. My landlord is 4 floors ahead of me, above me, so they can't hear shit. And neighbors can't really hear anything because I'm pretty well...
and the World Series is over.
And the World Series is over, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Enrique Vieira, where's the giveaway? All right, the giveaway does not happen until we hit 5,000 subscribers. When we hit 5,000 subscribers, which I'm hoping we will hit sooner rather than later, we will be doing a massive giveaway here. And maybe I can be talked into doing it a little bit earlier, but who knows? We'll see. But 5,000 is where I'd like to. And when we hit 5,000, we will give away a $50 PlayStation Network card. I thought about trying to sell it. I tried to sell it to Jeff. I'm trying to sell it to anybody who wants it. But the reality is...
I don't need it. I don't need it for another 2 months.
Yeah, nobody wants it. So, so you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to give it away to you guys, man. Somebody who, you know, doesn't have to be an old subscriber. It could be a new subscriber. I'll figure out a really unique way to do it. Maybe we'll integrate it with Survivor Series. We'll do predictions and whoever. We'll do something. We'll figure it out.
Or just be hot. Being hot helps.
Yes, if you send me the sexiest picture, that might help as well. You never know. Curry favor in any way you can. But regardless, when I decide we're at the right stage or 5,000 subs, whatever happens first, we will give away a $50 PlayStation Network gift card just because you guys have been so fucking supportive. You paid to watch me eat. Carolina Reaper chili peppers. You've donated a lot of money for that. So this is just a small way that I can give back, and thank you so much.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the SNL skit once this is over.
Right.
Speaking of SNL, did you see your Cubs on there?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a little much, I got to be honest. I don't want people, and it's already getting to that point, I don't want people to be sick of, oh, fuck these Cubs, they're everywhere. I kind of wish they would have been a little bit more introverted about the whole thing, but I understand why they're not, because we've been getting shit on for 108 years. So, part of me is like, fuck them all, let's rub it in everybody's face. But at the same time...
It's the biggest story. It's the biggest sports story possibly ever.
Ever, yeah. But here's the thing. The Cubs are going to be good for the next decade. And remember all the hate that the Yankees got in the 90s and such?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cubs are going to get that. Because Kyle Schwarber is going to become Babe Ruth. You got Anthony Rizzo, who's still entering the prime of his career. Chris Bryant not only being the sexiest man in baseball, but he's also...
and speaking of that, if you're going to dress him up in underwear, you can't get Chris Bryant on there? I mean, come on.
What the fuck, man?
And that's not a knock on Rizzo, Fowler, and Grandpa Rossi, but
they're not Bryant. Yeah, they're not sexy, man. They're not sexy, man, at all.
I was very happy to find out that Anthony Rizzo can twerk, though.
Oh, God. Why were you happy about that?
It made me laugh.
It's disturbing.
Well, it made me laugh, though.
But yet, you still can't find it in your heart to bring in the dab.
No.
Yeah, I don't blame
you.
I don't blame you. Well,
no, because twerking requires a little bit amount of skill. Dab is just sneezing into your arm.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know how much skill twerking takes, but whatever.
Can you twerk, Dave?
Actually, I could.
Really?
I could. Yes, I can.
Donate $100 and Dave will twerk on camera.
I can't now, man. If I do,
you're gonna be the next Zoe. You're gonna be the next Zoe Burger.
See, here's the thing. Now, this is gonna be one of those "you're full of fucking shit" type moments, but that's where my stimulator box is. It's right above my ass cheek, and if I twerk, I might fucking. I don't want to fuck with it, so I can't make those type of movements anymore. But I used to be able to. It
wasn't a thing back then, though.
Yeah, but I like moving my body in weird ways. Well, humping is like being able to move.
Well, that's true.
Making it clap is basically a twerk. That's been around forever.
That has been around forever.
Make it clap. Make it clap. Oh, that hurt my shoulder. Oh. All right, I think I'm done. I think I got to tap out.
All right.
Yeah,
Trump's pulling away in Missouri really quick.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get up out of here. We got UFC 205 later on in the week. It's 4:00 in the morning, guys. I did everything.
Tyron Woodley.
What?
I said Tyron Woodley.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's right. He is fighting.
St. Louis guy.
Yeah, he is. First ever Madison Square Garden UFC fight. Gonna be a lot of fun. So. LC, what is a stimulator box? I have a spinal cord stimulator implanted in my spine. This is the remote for that. It controls the pain in my body because I have severe nerve damage on the left side from my injuries that I received in the Iraq. So that is what it is. We're over 3 hours. I think that's pretty good, man. I mean, I'm trying, but I think I'm done, dude.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, Jeffy.
This isn't going to be over anytime soon.
No, it's not. And what am I going to do? Stay up for the next 12 hours?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait for Florida to decide.
Right. Jeff, I appreciate it. Let me get you out of here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, buddy.
All right, cool.
Take it easy, Mr. Huffman. Make sure you check out Jeff Huffman over at Grand Slam 87 on the YouTubes. Go sub to him. Go do it right now. He's got all kinds of great videos, man. Oh, we have a request. Before we get out of here, we're going to show one more time a meeting between Clinton and Trump earlier today. They had a meeting, and it was good stuff. And here it is. This is exclusive footage. Look at them go. Oh, they're so happy. They're dancing. They're so happy. Oh, my God, that's great. But, that didn't stop there. Hillary went on and did some other stuff, and she got a little awkward. She got a little awkward. No, no, my God, I can't. Oh, no. That is just painfully awkward. But nothing beats right now as Trump is doing fairly well, more than holding his own in this election. And we're going to take you one more time to Trump headquarters to see how they are celebrating. There we are. Yeah. Go get it. Go get it. Look, thank you guys very much for joining me, man. I'm just exhausted. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys had a really fun time. I had a great time. This was a blast. Lots of fun. You guys were fucking awesome. Let's see what happens with the rest of the election. I'll be talking about it tomorrow, I'm sure. We'll see you then. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Like all of those amazing mofos on my featured channels list. The guy who did these great graphics here, Gun Cannon. Go check him out. Gun Cannon 15. Tommy NC 2010. Tommy C. Shot from the Point. Check him out. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Jay Davis, dude. He's one of the best rappers I know. Period. He's the man. Hustle, loyalty, respect. That's a different guy, but still it applies. And everybody else, go check them out. And we'll see you a little bit later. Election time. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you later on. Keep it copious. And peace.